to Rant on Reels. I'm Michael Fooch.
And I'm Xavier Barnett.
Today on the podcast, it's a busy one. We deep dive into X-Men Dark Phoenix, Ma, Men in Black International, and we go to the vault to get you ready for Toy Story 4 by talking about Toy Story.
The most anticipated Pixar movie ever.
Probably.
Toy Story 4.
The Toy Stories are one franchise that I feel have gotten better with each movie. I think each movie is better than the last.
We'll see. I think, me personally, I kind of wanted it to end at 3 just because...
Do you know that 4 currently sits at 100% on Rotten Tomatoes? Now, I'm not one to judge, but I'm telling you that the initial read of this movie is 100%. And Tom Hanks has gone on record saying that he had a very hard time filming his last scene. Like he said, he couldn't do it. It took him so long to do it. Like we're talking about Tom Hanks, like a seasoned actor, one of the greats working in the business, has difficulties because that's how good apparently he said it was.
Really? Interesting.
Now I'm not trying to hype it up too much because I don't want to know. I'm me and knowing things about movies.
You're hyping it up.
I am a little bit.
What happens when you hype it up?
This is why I don't like to know reviews. I don't like to know anything. But this is you can't hide this. It's like they're throwing this at your right. Like they're throwing it in your face.
Oh, I didn't know it. I guess you were looking for it.
Yeah, I guess I was.
Because I did not see anything like that. I don't even see much news. But how was your week?
My week was good. You know what? I was May and most of June were very busy for me with school and a course I'm taking. But this weekend I had some free time, so I hit the movies. I saw 4 this weekend. I was caught up nice and good. We did the movies for our podcast, but I also saw Late Night with Mindy Kaling and Emma Thompson.
Oh, yeah.
And Secret Life of Pets, too.
That's one that you probably didn't have to see.
Oh, you know what? I liked the first Secret Life of Pets. Like, I mean, not like 80s, 90s, 8 or 9 out of 10, but like solid 7. It was good. It was interesting. It wasn't as layered as you would get from a Disney movie or a Pixar movie. Secret Life of Pets 2, I think, was a little bit more. I would probably give it like an 8 out of 10. Like, it was good. Like, I would recommend it.
Interesting.
It's kind of like deals with a lot of this anxiety that people feel today and fear that people have. Like our main character, Max, he or his owner meets someone, marries, and they have a child. So he's now considering himself like the protector of this child, and everything in the world now scares him. So he develops like an itch. So he has to wear the cone, as you see in the previews, because he keeps itching himself because he's so anxious about being anywhere. And they take him to a farm, and he has to learn how to deal with his anxiety. I don't want to give too much away. And then all the other pets that are in the apartment complex, they are dealing with their own issues. It's enjoyable. I would recommend it. But Late Night, fantastic. Emma Thompson nails her role as like this late night comedy host who has to adapt with the times. And, it deals with a lot of issues like feminism and minorities working in Hollywood, but it does it right. It doesn't throw it down your face to the point where you're like, oh my God, this again. It's so cleverly written. It's so brilliantly kind of walked around that you're just there being like, yeah, I like how they did this. Because it wasn't about her being a woman, right? Like, she was the first, Emma Thompson's character plays the first female late night host, but it wasn't about that, where they kept bringing that up. Well, I'm a woman. It's not like that. Like, the fact that she's the first just happens to be that she's the first.
Okay. Interesting.
It's good. It's very funny. I howled through most of the movie. I would highly recommend that more than anything we're going to be talking about today.
Yeah, I think Mindy Kaling was one of the executive producers on The Office, so I think she wrote a lot of the episodes.
Yeah, Amy Ryan was on who was Steve Carell's wife on The Office that he left Scranton for. It plays in this movie as well.
Oh, interested.
Yeah, I think she wrote this movie too, so it was good.
Yeah.
Before we get started into any other news, anything you want to remind everyone here about?
Yeah, I was just about to get into that. We got to make sure everyone gets to Like us and subscribe. We're on SoundCloud. We're on the Spotify. We're on iTunes, YouTube, Instagram, everywhere. Just like and subscribe. You can find us pretty much in all aspects of the world.
And you should. We're very interesting.
Yeah, you know, maybe. I think I am. I don't know about yourself.
I mean, I have all the hot takes.
Yeah. Well, you think they're hot, but it's just an idiot blabbing.
Isn't that the exact definition of a hot take?
That's true. Well, I guess
you just proved my point with your.
Well, I guess if you follow a lot of Skip Bayless, then yeah, I guess that you could consider that.
You know, I forgot to tell you. This is on me. I forgot to tell you the most important thing that happened to me this week.
What? You
The
getting married?
Raptors won the NBA championship.
Congratulations. Yeah. All right, let's continue.
You're not happy about this?
Well, you know, it has to happen.
North of the border, we finally get a big championship.
Yeah.
Do you know that Toronto, I think, is for a city that has 3 major sports teams, that we had like the longest drought of any city of not winning a championship. Yeah. Toronto hasn't won since the Blue Jays in '93.
Wow.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that happens, you know. Terrible management and
yeah, pretty much.
Anyway. But it's good, you know. History has been made.
Did you hear about the person who has now seen Endgame 103 times?
Yeah, I think that's a little bit much.
You think so? I don't know. I was kind of jealous. I wish I had the money and the time to do that.
I don't think I've seen a movie 100 times.
Oh, I've seen Top Gun close to 500 times.
Really? Jeez.
When I was like 5 and 6 and I went to my grandparents after school, I would just make them play that movie over and over again. I played it like 3 times before my parents came to pick me up. I loved that.
Wow.
And
you're not sick? Wow, that's amazing.
Well, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. But when I was by that time, Jurassic Park hadn't even come out yet. I remember in 1997 or 1996 for Christmas, I got Independence Day on VHS, and it was for every day after Christmas. I watched it when I got up in the morning until I went back to school, and I watched it every weekend until like March. I saw it like 50 times before like a year had passed on that movie coming out.
Wow, that's crazy.
I've seen at least 10 movies 100 times.
Well, I haven't seen one movie probably at least 50 times, to be honest.
That's crazy. So what movie do you think you've seen the most?
The movie I think I've seen the most? It's probably The Brave Little Toaster, Lion King, Aladdin, one of the Disney, when I was a kid.
Oh my god, I forgot about the Disney movies. Like, I can't even tell you how many times I've seen Aladdin or Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, I think it's one of those, or Toy Story, or... one of the when I was a kid, and then I just started branching over and watching other movies, right? Like, I don't know. I find like I have so much movies I have to catch up on that I don't have time to like rewatch.
You know, it's sad because over the last probably 5 or 10 years, I've been really on this kick of watching, you know, new movies, getting on to like older movies specifically. Keeping up to date on theaters, watching TV. Netflix releases TV shows and movies like it's going out of style. It's been really hard to rewatch any movie. Forget like some of my favorites.
Oh, I don't know. For me, since time is of the essence, if a movie's total crap, like sometimes I just stop watching like halfway, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not tapped in.
I really one thing I really want to do is I want to watch every Disney animated movie from Snow White to, I guess, Coco is the most recent Disney movie.
Yeah, I think
so. From that to that in order, and kind of give them a ranking system and kind of see which ones are my favorite. And that kind of like I did with the Marvel movies over in March.
Okay.
I'm curious to know if you guys have any, if you want to leave a comment on the movie you've watched the most and how many times you think you've watched it, out of curiosity. So mine's I'll use the number 500, but I think it's more, and Top Gun.
Wow. I'm not.
How many times do you think you've seen Brave Little Toaster?
Probably 26.
26?
Wow. Yeah.
You get some time to go to catch up to my Top Gun.
Yeah. I remember I was a little kid. I remember I woke up one morning and I just played it on the VCR all by myself. I was like 7. I was like, I loved the first two, and then I don't think there was a third one. Was there?
I don't know. I've only seen the first one.
Yeah. The one where they go to Mars.
The Brave Little Toaster goes to Mars.
Yeah.
I tap. No, I meant no. Nope. Sorry. I'll pass on that.
Now when I think about it, that just sounds so ridiculous. Oh my God.
So this guy that's seen Endgame 103 times, I am kind of jealous because I think that movie is so good. Like I could watch it 103 times, no problem. Can't you?
No, I wouldn't have the time. That's 3 hours.
I know. 3 hours.
103
That's
times.
that's
When
300
did it come out? In April?
Came out at the end of April.
How do you see it 103? Does this
I
guy
don't
have a
even
job?
I don't even think it's been 100 days. Well, no, you could easily do it, right? Let's say you had the weekends off, so you just see it 3 times over the weekend. You just see it again and
Like
again.
back
and again.
to back? Does he have friends? Like what? How do you see it that? I'm sorry. I feel
You
bad.
take
Like
a
I'm
different
ripping on
friend
him.
every time.
Like-
You know what? Yeah, you're so hard on this guy. I'm with him. Apparently, he was trying to break a world record on it.
Okay, fair enough.
I appreciate it. I got no.
He's
problem
keeping
with
the
it.
movies alive. That's what he's doing. Good job.
Do you have any other news?
No, I think that's it
All
for
right.
the news.
All right. Are you ready to get started into this into the movies?
Yeah, let's get in. Let's dive into this.
So which movie you want to start with?
Let's do Men in Black. We saw it
International?
yesterday.
All
or
right.
2 days ago.
Okay. So let's talk all about Men in Black International. Give us your opening thoughts, Xavier.
I have a hot take. The Men in Black series, not good. I don't like any of the Men in Black.
That is
does
a pretty
not,
hot take.
This has not changed my opinion on the movies. A lot of the same crap, but even worse. The Agent K, or not Agent K, Agent, but there is some good aspects, some. I'm not gonna lie.
Are you gonna finish your Agent whatever story arc?
Yeah, I was gonna say Agent
H.
sucks. He seems like I'll get into it, but that's why I stopped myself because I'm like that might go
Okay.
into spoilers because we have not said there would be spoilers yet, but spoiler. Will be spoilers for Men in Black, Ma, and X-Men Dark Phoenix. So if you don't want to get spoiled, get out now. Also, it's just a big old wet fart. That's all I'm going to say with it.
All right. My opening thoughts is that I, unlike you, really like the first Men in Black. I really like the second Men in Black. I thought the third was okay, but I was really excited for this film. I was excited to get out of New York. I think that they made a really good decision not to reboot the series, but to take the series somewhere else. And I felt that knowing that Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith are still working for MIB, and they're still the best agents working for them. But they would focus on something else, something different, keep it fresh, right? You don't want to see the same people over and over again.
Yeah.
But I got to be honest, this was just a pure disappointment. And what I really didn't like about this film, like the primary thing, is they changed the essence of the film. They changed the essence of the universe. And it doesn't work. I hate when movies do this. Stick to what you're good at. Stick to what you have set up.
I don't know if this movie was good at anything, but
they made this movie dark. And Agent C had the best line when he said that the MIB are supposed to protect people from the scum of the universe. Why do we stop doing that? Are you kidding me? In this movie, the MIB are helping the scum of the universe. We see Agent H date a freaking arms dealer.
Yeah.
An alien arms dealer. How is that MIB protocol? That's like an FBI agent dating freaking mafia boss.
Cartel. Griselda Blanco. That's who.
Oh my god, that's what it's like. Aren't The MIB, I figure we're supposed to be against that. Oh, Agent H is dating an arms dealer?
And he's still a
Maybe we
top
should
agent.
fire him. Or, even better, maybe we should capture the arms dealer. Huh?
Yeah,
You're
so
the
this
MIB.
lives-
You don't work under the constitutions or the rule of law or anything like that? Oh, boy. And let's talk about annoyance of a story. Having a mole in the MIB, how freaking original are you? Like, when that's normally the fourth movie or the fourth season of a TV show when there's a mole in something because they're out of ideas. Here you have the chance to hit the reset button, come up with something good, something new, and what do? You come up with the old, oh, there's a mole in the MIB. Let's figure out who it is. Work outside the law. I'm sorry, why must we create movies and television shows to help our society lose faith in our organizations? You want to know why people don't vote? They watch all these crappy movies where they say, oh, why am I going to vote? They're all freaking corrupt. And you know what? Our movies are just illustrating that concept. And this movie is flashy. The MIB are supposed to be like detectives or like a detective movie. This is just a freaking action sequence. Like, I mean, they're driving through Marrakesh, just like destroying everything they come into contact with, blowing things up.
Well, he's the hot shot, cool agent.
It's supposed to be the MIBers. Oh, whatever. We'll go into that after. And then why start in New York? Why not start somewhere else? Anywhere else?
I want to give her the American accent.
This movie the world building done in this movie was god awful. The opening sequences were choppy and they were all over the place and hard to follow. And the only thing I will say positive in my opening thoughts are that Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson were phenomenal. They had great chemistry. Hemsworth is hilarious. But for whatever reason, they decide not to build on this chemistry and they decide we're going to make a shitty movie. Those are my opening thoughts.
Wow, you're very upset.
Yeah, I am. This movie was god awful.
That's how I feel about every Men in Black movie. So,
well, you know what? If we went to the vault for the first Men in Black movie, you would not have these negative opening thoughts. There's no chance. The movie has a way better script. It makes a lot more sense.
maybe we'll see.
All right, let's start with the opening. Let's deep dive into this now. So I liked the way they kept the opening score and they kept the opening scroll as they were doing like the credits and who's distributing the movie and things like that. That as they did in the first three movies. Did you like that?
I don't think I saw that. I think I was getting popcorn still.
Oh, man, I really
At the beginning.
relate to this one. All right, well then after that we start in Paris. And the movie opens with Agent C and Agent T going up the Eiffel Tower. And they have to defeat the Hive that is coming through this portal through the Eiffel Tower. But just as they're coming through, they cut the scene and they go back 20 years earlier. Did you like this introduction to the movie?
I got in at the 20 years earlier, so I didn't see that part either.
Oh my god. I hated this.
I was getting the popcorn.
Because there is the direction they chose to go makes absolutely no sense. Because if this is a world ender, if they knew that this hive was coming and this is a world ending situation, why are there only 2 MIB agents there?
Well, one of them is the best the MIB ever had.
No, that he's the best because of this situation.
Oh, that's true. No, I thought he was the best beforehand.
No, he was working with Liam Neeson at this time. Agent C.
No, Agent T.
Agent H and Agent T, not Agent C. I don't know why I put Agent C up there. Agent H and Agent T are there. So Agent H will become the best because of it. Agent T will get promoted because of it.
Yeah. I thought Agent T was considered, he's one of the best MIBs ever had.
Because of this.
Okay.
So, I just don't understand. One thing that this movie does is it shows us they're having like hundreds of agents, and every time there's a crisis, they get there like instantaneously. So where are the agents in Paris?
Who knows? Maybe they didn't have a Paris team.
They did.
Who?
We know this because of the end of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. It makes no sense. And let's talk about the fact there are way too many agents in this movie. Like,
yeah, there
are 26 letters of the alphabet. The whole aspect of the MIB is there are 26 different agents.
Yeah, but didn't they have like a high T and then maybe there's a low T, medium rare T. Like, we don't know.
But he wasn't high T. Oh my god.
Yeah, he was regular T.
High is his
title. So maybe they have different letters for their title. Like,
so there's a high T and a low T.
Analysis T. Listen, hey, Analyst K, I need you to go talk to Agent K to get Driver K to get this alien on the double. Who knows? I thought there was only 26 agents too, but
Oh my god, it's so brutal.
There's a lot.
There's so many.
And then some aliens are agents and they don't even look human, so I don't know what. Like, why are they agents?
I don't know. So after this, they're running into the hive coming at them, and then cut 20 years earlier, where the MIB comes to a young lady's house, who will become our main character, Molly, and the MIB neuralize her parents, and they think she's asleep, so they don't neuralize her. They ignore her.
Sloppy.
Very sloppy. She then sees an alien that the MIB were looking for. The alien then says something to Molly, and she leaves. Did you like this scene?
What, that the alien popped up and then
Just the whole scene in general, the whole 20 years earlier sequence. Did you like that? Anything about that?
Not really. I mean, I thought this was gonna be ads for one specific plot point, but I didn't know when it was gonna get implemented. But they're like, "Yo, she saw an alien," and then her parents are like, "Oh, this is gonna make me want to look for aliens." But like, wouldn't the MIB know that this girl's been searching for them?
They could. I think they have a lot of other things on the brain, or on their plate. I very much dislike this scene too. After she sees the alien, because the MIB are there at that house looking for this alien. They had the technology to track this alien down. So before neuralizing the parents, as we've seen in the first 3 movies, wouldn't they find the alien that's in the little girl's room?
Maybe they didn't know there was 2.
There is only 1.
Oh, so then they're stupid. Okay.
It makes no sense. It's just literally there to drive the plot along. It would have been so much better if she's just seeing the humans or the MIB leave, go into like the backyard, and then she can like see them capture the alien.
Yeah.
And then that way they wouldn't know that she's seen the alien. But like they make the MIB so incompetent.
Yeah, that's something we saw a lot
in this movie.
And
like, just to kind of continue on this point, like, it feels like the only reason they wanted to show this alien is to figure out or close a plot hole later on in the movie.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I felt like that scene was. That's what
it's there for. It's to get her to join the or to find the MIB, but it's also to kind of finish up your final fight sequence or make it like just like close the loop on it. Yeah. And I turned to Giovanna like as we're watching. I'm like, oh, I guess we're gonna be seeing that alien again.
Yeah, 100%. We all knew that was gonna happen.
So stupid. So then we go to the present. And I guess it's 3 years after what happens in Paris. So once again, we have no idea what happens in Paris. We're gonna have to wait on that. And Molly is now obsessed with finding the Men in Black. She tries to join the FBI and the CIA, but she, in her interview, she's like, "I'm only joining if I can find the aliens," which she gets turned down because
the alien people.
Yeah,
where's the alien organization? That's the one I want.
Yeah, that's what I want to work for. So she eventually. She's working for like I guess a computer help thing.
Yeah.
She's like very bright, assuming she went to like MIT.
Yeah.
Scored like top of her class.
She's way overqualified for this job.
Yeah. She hacks into the Hubble telescope and then finally finds like an alien or a ship that crashes onto Earth in New York.
Yeah, he's trying to find his kids.
So she goes to this crash landing place. and then follows the MIB cars to the MIB headquarters in New York. She tries to sneak in. She's obviously discovered, and she gets interrogated. She gives her plea that she can join the institution, and they're like behind the glass. They're like, oh, she hacked in the Hubble telescope without being detected. If this was the old days, and we would have
hired her.
Recruited.
Recruited. Oh yeah.
I don't understand. Why did they change their practices?
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh wait, I know why. This is a rhetorical question. They changed their practices when they decided not to protect the Earth from the scum of the universe anymore. Oh, yeah. Now we don't want good people. We want horrible people in
aliens.
And aliens that we can't even send out to the public.
Could you imagine? So the alien just tries to neuralize the person. Like, what's the point of having an alien?
It's so stupid, man. So she gives her plea, and Emma Thompson's character, Agent O, who was O in Men in Black 3, says, "Okay, we'll give you a shot." We get a quick sequence of her training and her getting her identity deleted, and then she becomes a probational agent. I don't even know where to begin with this sequence. Did you like it?
I didn't like this movie. I don't think I like anything about this movie, to be honest. But yeah, this scene, typical. Look at all the fancy Men in Black stuff that we have. We got the watch here. We got the suit. Look at the guns, the small guns. No, it's small. Little pays homage to Agent J when he first got that small little gun thing. I don't know. This is just...
So, there were when they went to this location where the alien crash landed, 8 MIB agents there? Maybe six MIB agents? Because there's 3 cars? Where were Agent J and K? You're in New York. Where are they?
I don't know. Do you think they deal with little things like that? Maybe they're off.
They did in the first movie.
That's true.
And in the second movie. And in the third movie until they went back in time.
Oh yeah, they introduced.
That's their whole thing. That's their thing. They deal with the little things. There shouldn't be big things. There should be a big thing once every couple of years that they have to defend the Earth against.
That is true.
And to me, this is my problem. I think the way to handle this situation, to connect it to the beginning of the movie, is she goes to Paris, where the asteroid is coming down. And when she gets to Paris, she has to save Agent T and Agent H from then, and she gets recruited to the Paris office or the London office from there. That, to me, would make more sense. Bypassing New York, getting us out of New York, so we don't have to deal with New York.
They just love New York. That's where the original MIB is,
Brutal. Okay. So, she gets assigned after she becomes a probationary agent. She becomes Agent M, so Molly no more. Yeah. Agent M. She gets assigned to the London office. Does this make sense to you?
No, because they didn't even tell her what her job is. Like, you're on probation in London. And then that's it.
Moreover than that, buddy, shouldn't she be paired with someone? Shouldn't she have a partner? Isn't that how it works? That's how it worked in the first Men in Black. You're supposed to have a partner.
She was an intern at that point, I guess.
Even in Men in Black 2, right? We know that in Men in Black 2, when Agent J neuralizes Putty from Seinfeld at the beginning of the movie, Agent Z says, you need a partner. Like, you need a partner. You cannot be on your own.
Yeah.
Yet in this movie, Agent H doesn't have a partner. I don't need one. I work alone. And Agent M sent to London without a partner. How does it you're changing the lore of you're changing your universe, man. It makes no sense.
So terrible. I can't even fathom why they have 4 movies.
So this leads to us watching Agent H, Chris Hemsworth, who's on a mission. And I'm not actually sure what he's trying to do in this mission because they don't actually explain it at all.
He's killing a Corellian.
But he's not in his MIB suit, even though it's the last suit he apparently will ever wear. He's not actually wearing it. He's doing alien drugs. He ends up sleeping with an alien.
Well, a suspect.
An alien.
Yeah, alien suspect.
So why is he alone is my question.
Well, I think, they're trying to have him like he's this hotshot agent. He's so good he doesn't need anyone else.
Oh my god. But that doesn't make sense to the universe they've created. If this is the first movie, okay. But not the,
They went against the practices.
Like, where's his backup? Like, he ends up getting bitten by something. Shouldn't he have some backup? A lookout, someone helping him out?
No, he does things on his own.
But you can agree that that's not smart from an organization like the Men in Black.
No, it's not. There's a lot of dumb mistakes that this organization makes.
Like, I didn't like this scene. I didn't like the Hemsworth character. Like, I didn't like his role.
Yeah, he's also racist.
What?
He's kind of racist.
How?
Like, to aliens. He called the Krillin
What are
a
you
scum.
talking about?
He said Krillin scum. He's like,
but they're
hands
the
up, you
bad guys in the
Krillin
Men in
scum.
Black franchise.
Yeah, but that's
So
like...
did Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith. The Krillians are like the Borg in Star Trek.
Yeah, but
He's definitely not racist to all aliens. He's buddies with the arms dealer family.
Yeah, but he called the Krillin scum and then he slept with one.
I don't understand how that's racist though.
Well, because think about it. That's like saying, hey, man, like if you're arresting like a Spanish guy, like, hey, hands up, I'm not going to repeat it because it's racist. Or like a black guy, like a police officer, like, hands up, you black scum. Would you not think that's racist? I don't know. For me, it's just weird.
I don't think that's racist. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well,
I don't understand how that's like saying you earthling scum. If you said you earth scum, like it's your race. She's a criminal, and I don't think that's like you're just using the name of like your.
Okay, fine. If
that's like saying like Martians came. They were actually such. If there were actually such thing as a Martian, and a bunch of Martians were living on Earth, and I looked at you, and there was a bad Martian, and there was a bad Martian. I should call that one bad Martian scum. You're Martian scum.
People would take that as racist.
But I'm not saying all Martians are scum. I'm calling that because that's a distinguishing factor. If I called someone an American scum, is that racist?
Yeah.
No, it's not. American's not a race.
I'm just messing with you. Let's get back to the movie.
Yeah, why even let us go this way? It's not even funny. It's not even a good
kept
discussion.
going on about it. I was just trying to get.
But anyway, this scene of him by himself makes no sense to the movie they've created.
No.
So in London, High T, or Liam Neeson's character, is now the head of the London office. He's giving this meeting, and H is late. And he looks not very capable. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. Not professional.
Not professional at all. And C actually questions him and be like, where have you been? Why are you late? And H gets assigned to help a horrible alien.
A horrible alien race.
And no, not race. Oh, a horrible alien. Like an arms dealer. Is the whole race bad?
The whole race is bad, right? He's part of the family, and then they're saying
the royal family.
Yeah, if something happens, everything happens, they're gonna destroy Earth.
Yes. So H agrees, but he also defends the alien. He calls the alien his friend. So again, the MIB agents hang out, or Agent H, who's supposed to be the best agent in London, dates alien arms dealers and is best friends with
another alien arms dealer, I guess.
Sounds like exactly what you're looking for. So why would they change the MIB statement, like the mission? Like, why do that? Why did the director of this movie, Gary Gray, why did he do this? Why do you think?
I think he tried to make something different. He's like, this is my take, It's that typical Hollywood ego, They ignore the lore and this is my take, my vision over the lore.
Yeah, sounds about right. That sounds about right. I'm better than the material. Why can't we have people who are fans of the material direct and write these things?
Well, sometimes people are fans and they screw it up. I think Ryan Johnson was a fan of Star Wars. And
No, but Ryan Johnson's a moron. Let's use example. Let's use what's his face from J.J. Abrams is a fanboy of Star Wars. How did he do?
Well, pretty good, but he's also a fan of Star Trek.
No, he's not. Not as much as fan. No, he's not. He likes Star Trek. He's not a fanboy.
He's a fan of Star Trek.
He's not a fanboy.
Okay, see?
All right. So, Agent M, she wants to kind of, I don't know what her motives exactly are, but she kind of goes to Agent H and kind of pretends she knows about this alien race and is like, I can help you. And I guess Agent H, who initially says, no, I work alone. Yeah, you can help me. I never really quite understood how that happened.
I didn't see this part. I was sick, so I had to go blow my nose. So I was in the bathroom.
What would you think her motives would be? Like, why would she want to work with Agent H?
Maybe she just wants to get a big case and discover things. She said she wants to discover the truth of the universe, right?
I guess.
Maybe those people have the truth.
So meanwhile, while all this is going on, aliens arrive in Marrakesh, Morocco, and they kill a bunch of chess piece aliens? Question mark.
Yeah.
And they get a potion from these chess piece aliens.
Yeah, that.
And they go to London.
It's like a drug. It's not a potion.
To kill the alien that H and M are trying to protect. Yes, I said that, H and M.
Oh.
Did you catch that?
Yeah.
Okay. At the club.
What about S&M?
At the club, H tries to pimp out M to this alien for some reason. The alien tries to be serious with H. Listen, H, we need to talk. Yeah, let's party. That's Chris Hemsworth's response. H can't seem to be serious.
My problem, this is where I was like, what's going on? One of my major problems is like, at this point, they start the plot point where H might not be who he says he is. He might be a little bit sketch and everything like that. And I'm just going to spoil this right here. This is never addressed.
It never, because he's always like, now my question here is going to be, H is supposed to be the best London agent. Doesn't he seem inept at his job?
Yeah, he
completely
seems
inept.
Like he just wants to party. This guy is like, I don't know if you watched the TV show Archer, but H is like a splitting clone of that character Archer. But the difference is Archer actually does get the job done sometimes, and it's a satire and not trying to be a serious film.
Well, like that's the thing, right? Like in the original Men in Black, Will Smith was funny but competent.
Yeah.
Like the humor that Chris Hemsworth brings in, which is brilliant, he is not competent at all. At no point in this movie does he do anything competent. Would you agree with that statement?
Yeah, he's not very competent. I think we should make him become the leader of the entire London division, don't you?
But it never gets addressed. It's just like, oh yes, now I'm going to be competent now.
Yeah.
So you agree that it makes no sense?
No.
Okay.
Maybe he hates himself.
Maybe. So M sees these aliens coming and tries to warn H. H has nothing to do with it. He just wants to party with this alien. And the alien grabs his arm. And apparently the alien can kind of sense like your kind of emotions and says that, oh, you've changed.
I can't trust you.
I can't trust you.
This is never addressed.
Yep, never, not once. So he gets shot with this potion and kind of like acts drunk, or looks like he's drunk.
Yeah.
And then so H&M, they put this alien in a car, and as the car's driving away, it blows up. And there's this huge shootout between the aliens and H&M. Now, did you like this sequence?
No.
Really? I really liked it. Why didn't you like it?
What, like the
only sequence? The action sequence.
The only sequence I liked was the aliens trying to dance. At first, that was the funniest. I think that's the best part of the entire movie. But yeah, this sequence was like, okay, whatever. They're taking out different pieces of the gun, but nothing's really done. No one tries to secure to make sure Buddy's okay. He's stuck in a car, upside down. No one to like, I think 5 minutes before he's about to die. Like no one checks on him. Like
Well, they can't.
they're supposed to
The fight
protect
scene.
him, right?
They can't. They're far away,
Yeah.
right? They have to. They're coming at him. I don't know. I liked it because like the entire car is like is like full of weapons, and I like how they have to pull the different weapons out and how they use it. I thought it was really cool.
I guess that's creative. You know.
It was. It was a creative scene. I thought, like, to me, this is the best action sequence in the movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, it ends with the alien dying, but giving something to M before she dies. So this device is like the key piece of technology that everyone's looking for in the movie, and we find out later on that it's the most powerful weapon in the bloody galaxy.
Yeah, it has
So,
dwarf star.
Can you explain to me why this alien would give it to Earth?
I don't know.
This is never explained.
This is never addressed as well.
We need this weapon to kill the Hive. We find that out later in
Yeah.
the movie. But why does the alien care? He's from a different universe. Not different universe, a different galaxy.
Yeah.
So why does he care about about bloody Earth?
Who knows? Well, he thinks he's getting hunted by those other aliens that don't talk properly. Like, at least explain what's going on. Be like, hey, we're not the Hive.
Okay, but true. But here's the question: aren't we all on the same side? Like,
Yeah.
the green alien that gets killed, the shape-shifting aliens, the MIB. Aren't we all on the same side here?
Yeah. But apparently not, because no one communicates.
So from this point forward, the movie makes zero sense because they should all be working together.
Yes.
But they're all killing each other, pretending that doesn't matter. Right?
100%.
So they go to HQ headquarters, and at HQ headquarters, H&M are berated by C. And to my question is, what? Did they watch the video of what happened? Like, the surveillance shows everything. H&M literally saved the day. They tried to save this alien.
I don't say save the day, but
They tried to save the day. I didn't say they saved the day. They tried to save the day.
Yeah.
Like, they did everything they could.
yeah.
They
Well,
are not responsible for what happened.
C hates H, right? They introduced that right away, that C doesn't like H's methods.
Yes.
It's pretty true.
I agree with it.
C is probably the most reasonable one, and actually he's the only person that kind of cares. So
about the Earth, yes.
yeah, so I think I'm okay with him being upset with them, because
But what did she do? But here's the question: you could disagree with the motives, but you've seen the surveillance video. Normally, C is, like you said, very logical. So when they do when he criticizes them, it's very logic based. You're late. You blew up a bar for no reason. But like here in this situation, the car was attacked. They are now defending the alien they were supposed to protect. What could they have done differently? You've seen the surveillance. This is not. You're supposed to be the logical person.
yeah, okay, fair enough. I just feel I'm okay with him being upset with that. I'm just saying
Yeah, but
he's
upset-
probably more blind by his hatred of H's methods than actually thinking logically here.
Sure, and and what C wants to do now is now neuralize them before they actually hear their story. So C, who's supposed to be the most logical person in the MIB, now is an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? Like, seriously, what the freaking hell?
I don't even know what's going on here.
Like, I'm just sitting there, I'm like, what? And M has the best response. Why is your solution to everything to neuralize someone? And I get that for a random person on the street because you want to protect the security of humankind from the existence of aliens. But explain to me how you have these two agents that have just witnessed something and you don't want to hear their side of the story. Oh my God. So M, on the spot, has to spitball this idea that maybe there's a mole in the MIB. And High T buys this. So he partners H&M together to find out what's going on. So let's take a step back from the berating of this movie. What do you think is going on at this point when you were watching it?
Oh, there was a mole. I knew it was T the whole time.
You didn't think H was bad either?
I thought H might have been in on it too, but like I said, it's never got brought up.
To me, there were two options: H and M. Sorry, T and H were bad, or that C was bad. I didn't think it. I thought it was one of those were the options, but I thought that C was not bad. I thought like it was too obvious for C to be bad, even though it was pretty obvious that T was bad too.
Well, yeah, he just disappeared, and then they talked about how they beat the Hive.
Yeah. So they go to Marrakesh to find out where this potion was made. When they arrive in Marrakesh, they go to where the potion was made. They see the chess piece. They're all dead except for Pawnee, or one of the pawns who M calls Pawnee, and Pawnee pledges loyalty to M. Did you like the Pawnee character?
Yeah, it freaking reminds me of Jar Jar Binks. So no.
Yes, I was thinking the exact same thing. I hated that character. I was thinking this is like the version of Jar Jar. I love how you said that. That's so good. I was thinking the exact same thing. Yeah, so if you like Jar Jar Binks, you will love Pawnee.
Yeah, Pawnee, like, obviously he didn't have the annoying, like, voice that Jar Jar.
No.
Oh my god, that was
it's the same kind of character, like, you're just useless.
Yeah, useless, just shut up, like, what are you talking about, and, like, just be quiet, kid.
So while this is going on, at MIB headquarters in London, we see that Agent C, M has now taken that little device from this alien and didn't tell them. So his plan... Question mark, is to arrest them, question mark?
Well, yeah, that's obstruction of justice.
Okay, no, that's the plan, right?
Yeah.
When T finds out, he warns them. So, couple questions. So my first is, why arrest them? Why not just have them come back in? Like...
Oh, just be like, hey, we need your help.
Yeah, hey, come back in, please. We need to chat. Like, and what did H do, right? M did this. Like, why?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Well, he just hates H, so.
Yeah.
It's one of those people that always blame. Like, C sounds like one of those people that always blames the immigrants for everything, you know? Like, they took her job.
Okay.
I fell and broke my leg. It's the immigrants' fault.
So, High T warns them. Why? Doesn't he want them arrested? Isn't that his end game?
Well,
he wants that device. Wouldn't he want them arrested?
Yeah, because he's the
main
bad guy. So
why he wants the weapon? Like, that's his whole thing. I need the weapon. So why doesn't he want them arrested?
I don't know. He's just got to drive that plot, baby.
This sequence makes, again, zero sense, like most of this movie. So then we get this huge escape sequence where they escape both the MIB and the alien shapeshifters that were there, and they get stuck in this desert, and that's where they find out this device is a weapon.
Yeah,
and then an alien steals it. I don't know why.
It's in the water bottle.
Yeah, but it was like a beard of another alien. But how did the alien even know that there was a weapon on them?
Well, he saw the thingy, didn't he? And he's like, call what's her face.
Yeah, but after the fact, why would the alien put his beard in that water bottle?
I don't know why that concept sounded so funny. Put his beard in the water bottle.
He did, though. The alien beard.
Yeah, I know.
But why would he do that? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
like, he doesn't know it's a weapon. It's not like she takes it out and shows him, hey, I have this thing.
He's
you know
just
what
like, oh, I don't know what it is, but it looks important.
So the alien steals it.
Sorry, fat everybody.
And then is going to Riza.
Riza.
Riza. Is it Riza?
Yeah, one of the founded members of the Wu-Tang Clan.
No. And once
not actually.
So to Riza, they go to who is H's ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, FBI agent dating Griselda Blanco, or, like, let's do that.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
I'm like, why is he not like a This guy gets away with everything. I feel like he could walk up into MIB HQ, murder high tea in cold blood, and they still find a way to like say, "Oh no, he's a good agent. He's our best agent."
Yeah. So they go to Naples, and he goes to see his ex, and he brings her the gift, Pawnee, as a gift, and he is able to turn off the defenses of this fortress, and they are able to get in and steal the weapon. Can you explain to me how a fortress, an impregnable fortress, has only 3 guards?
Well, it has guns. These automatic guns that you just need to turn off, and 4 guards. It's very impenetrable.
3 guards.
3 guards. Oh
2
yeah,
guards that he knocks out, and then the alien.
Yeah, and
Luca.
I just want to know why there's an alien arms dealer not arrested
Yep, I don't
for Men in
understand.
Black. Dude, I like. There's 4 like. Does he have like a deal or something going on with MLB or what's going on here?
Makes no sense. M fights Riza, and H fights Luca, which I believe is what his name is.
Well, thank you.
And H loses his fight, but Luca, the alien from the beginning of the movie, helps M. It's like, oh, you're M. You're Molly.
Molly?
I will help you and go against Riza, whatever. And they escape. And the shapeshifters come to them, and when they arrive,
we need the weapon. We need the weapon now. Give us the weapon.
when they're about to kill H and M, the MIB arrive,
and they kill the guys that could not be killed,
and yet they let the arms dealer stay alive.
Yeah, like we just went in here.
And when they return, they're heralded as heroes. So can you explain to me what happened as they were going to be arrested, and now they're heroes? They still obstructed. Nothing's changed. They didn't do anything.
Well, they found who the real bad guys are. They baited the bad guys. You know, they're good people.
Okay. She still took the weapon. Doesn't really change anything.
She lied.
So they realized that T is the villain.
She should be court-martialed.
That T put the tracker on M. So I guess therefore he's the villain? Question mark?
T?
Yeah, because he put a tracker on M, he makes him a villain.
Well, you know, they just couldn't trust him because like this doesn't seem right.
Okay.
You know, they had a feeling.
Yeah, feelings they make sense.
Yeah, that drives the plot.
So they go back. They realize he went to Paris to the Eiffel Tower. So they go back to Paris, and on their way up the Eiffel Tower, they realize that T neuralized H. That H is not a bad guy at all. That T wanted to make sure that H couldn't remember the night that he destroyed the hive. The first 30 seconds of the movie.
Yes.
And then we have this fight sequence. M shoots the gun that kills the hive, including T. She then is made a full-time agent by O. H is put in charge of London, and C recommends it because now C somehow likes H.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I don't know. The London division is gonna burn.
What changed though? But here's my question: what changed to make C like H?
Well, because they all agreed that something was up. And C's like, you know what? This guy, he finally agrees with me. That's all I wanted in life.
And I guess another question I have is, why didn't the Hive, who transformed Liam Neeson's character, why did they transform Hemsworth's character too? Why do they rely on a neuralizer? Why would they put 2 moles into the MIB headquarters? Wouldn't that make more sense?
Well, there was only one guy there, so they only sent one.
They could have sent them all though through the portal.
Honestly, at that time, they probably all could have went there. I don't know why they stopped at that.
I don't get it either.
So
it doesn't. This movie just doesn't make any sense.
It's just a lot of plot, armor, and plot shields, and lots of holes.
I think I know your answer to the next 2 questions, so I guess I might as well just answer myself.
Okay.
But what would you have done to make this movie better? What could you have done to fix this movie?
Not make it.
I knew that was going to be your answer. My answer is I think there's a lot. I really saw a lot of potential in this movie. I think Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson have phenomenal chemistry. I think Tessa Thompson's role, her character was very interesting. I just would have liked to see, like, her have been recruited.
You actually thought her character was interesting?
Yeah.
It's the most boring character ever.
It's because it wasn't developed.
It's like, oh, I gotta know about numbers, statistics. I don't trust people, only numbers, blah blah blah. I hate those type of characters.
Yeah, but that's not the character that I liked about her. I liked the fact that she found the MIB. Like, it was the thing that drove her in her life. I wanted more of that. I wanted to see. I didn't like the numbers thing either, but like, if you, how would you have felt if you saw an alien when you were what 4, 5, 6 years old? No one believes you, so you spend your entire life trying to prove everybody wrong by joining that organization. And after, when you're about what mid-20s, late 20s, you find out like you are able to join this organization. I wanted to see that development. I didn't want her finding a mole. I wanted something similar to the first movie, but H could have been her person, and they didn't have to make H the best MIB agent. They could have made him a little bit inept, and it could have still worked.
Oh, he was definitely inept.
Oh, 100%. I don't know, and I think that it would have been better for whatever the event to happen was not an event that was like 3 years in the making. Something smaller scale. Less is more. When these when Hollywood figures out that less is more, they will do so much better. Follow Marvel.
They're not going to figure that out.
Oh. All right, last question that I have. Does this movie kill the franchise completely?
I think the first one killed the franchise completely.
The first one's good, though. Like, you might not like it, but I think you can admit there's a lot of good in the first one, no?
No.
All right. Fine. I like the first one. Again, I knew your answer was going to be it does. I think it kills it. I think it's it. I don't think we've seen that Men in Black movie for at least a decade, and then they'll reboot it completely.
Yeah. Well, I hope we don't see it ever again, but beggars can't be choosers, so maybe if the reboot, it'll be good.
All right, what are you giving this movie out of 10?
I'm going to give this a 3.
Any reasons?
Any reasons? Well, this movie's terrible, boring. I'm so glad that I saw this movie sick. I didn't feel bad having to leave some time to go blow my nose. And, yeah, that's about it. You are right about Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth having good chemistry, though. So I'll give it a 3 for that. And that only.
I, too, am giving this movie a 3 out of 10. It is. I could watch this movie again because of Tessa and Chris. Like, they are good at their craft, and I mean, Liam Neeson and Emma Thompson are good characters. Like, they're good actors, and it makes the movie at least somewhat watchable. It's borderline. Ask me again in a year, I could drop it to a 2 if I see it again. All right, are we done with this? You have anything you want to talk about?
Let's move it on.
Let's move on to a better movie. Oh, wait. Dark Phoenix might be worse.
X-Men Dark Phoenix.
All right, what are your opening thoughts on X-Men Dark Phoenix?
Okay, so I have a hot take. This is not the worst X-Men movie. It's up there.
No, my hot take is my opinion is a hot take. That's just a normal take.
No, a lot of people think this is the worst one. So you're in the majority, buddy.
Wow, all right.
So I'm in the minority.
All right, tell us about your hot take.
So yes, it's not the worst one, but it is not. That being said, it is still god awful. Fooch hates the movie. Me and Fooch hate the movie for different reasons. He hates it for other reasons. I hate it for other ones. But
you worry about you, all right? Let me worry about me.
Let me worry about me. It's all about me. I'm just playing. I love you, Fooch.
I love you too, buddy.
But yeah, honestly, you don't need to see this movie in theaters. Save your money.
You don't need to see this movie ever.
Yeah, this is very terrible. What are your thoughts?
I don't understand. I don't know how it was possible. But the X-Men franchise continues to find ways to make worse movies. I don't get it. Like, I just saw Apocalypse. I'm like, that's rock bottom. They just hit rock bottom. Nope. They went worse. They went worse than Apocalypse. Wow. This is easily the front runner to the worst movie of the decade, and this movie could give Power Rangers a run for their money for the worst movie of. Sorry, this is easily the front runner to worst movie of the year, and could easily give Power Rangers a run for the money for worst movie of the decade. Easily. Listen, I've said this on the podcast before. I argue with people all the time. I don't care that you change things from the comics. I don't expect you to be loyal on everything. The comics themselves are contradictory. But what I cannot stand is changing the essence of characters. The essence. They painted Xavier in this movie as a villain. They painted Mystique as the hero. Or they painted Mystique as the hero of the X-Men. Or the X-Woman, as she stated. After all, it's all the women
that are saving all the men.
Saving of the men in this movie.
Technically, Nightcrawler did the hardest work.
I know, but whatever. We had to have that line in there. We have Beast, who is now a vengeful character. 3 main characters changed essence of them.
The main thing I want to add about
there is no redeeming qualities of this movie. None. It's a horrible script. There's horrible themes. There's horrible character development. There's horrible plot development. There are horrible use of classic characters. It's just not believable. The final sequence of a train heading nowhere is a symbolic gesture of the franchise heading nowhere.
Well, the franchise is dead, so.
The franchise was heading nowhere before it was dead. This movie was filmed before the announcement the franchise was dead. And this train was going nowhere, just like this franchise.
Yeah, that is true.
That's my opening thoughts. You ready to deep dive into this?
Yeah, you seem very upset.
This movie. I don't know what, like, I'm triggered this. I'm very, very triggered with today's podcasting because I like Men in Black. I know you don't. I like the X-Men, and this piece of garbage is not an X-Men movie. Anyway, this movie starts with Jean Grey's family. Jean's in a car driving with her mom and dad, and Jean changes the radio station with her head. She can't control her power. She doesn't even realize she's doing it. And then she crashes the car. Her mom dies, and we're led to believe the dad is dead. And Xavier decides to take her in. And Xavier tells her she is not broken. What are your thoughts on the introduction to Jean Grey? Are you okay with the fact that Jean killed her parents?
Well, it was an accident. He's a child.
No issues with it. I agree.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense. Mm-hmm. Was this a necessary scene in this movie?
I think so. It shows that, honestly, it just shows her that she's not fully control of herself. She's scared and becomes one of the major plot points in the movie, too, I guess, as time progresses.
I do not think this scene is necessary. And I'll tell you why I don't think this scene is necessary. We saw this scene in Apocalypse, that she can't control her power. The entire concept of Apocalypse was dealing with this exact crisis. Can she control her powers or not? We don't need the backstory to this anymore. We've gotten the fact that she's got these issues. Apocalypse tells us this in X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah. Well, it's confirmed. You know what I realized? Oh, no, I'll go into it later.
No, just tell me.
No, I was just going to be like, in Apocalypse, Simon Kinberg wrote Apocalypse, right? So that's how you knew. I mean, the director, Simon Kinberg.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I know.
So he wrote Apocalypse. Okay. So then he writes Dark Phoenix. In Apocalypse, I confirmed it. It's not a vision that he sees the Phoenix. It's actually the Phoenix power that's inside of Jean. And then in this one, she doesn't have it.
I know.
It comes inside her. You wrote both scripts. What the? I almost swore on the podcast, but I'm like, what is going on here? Like, how did you write? It doesn't make any sense.
That's what I'm saying. The backstory, but that's why you're just proving why you shouldn't like this scene because it's already there. The backstory proves that this goes against Apocalypse. It was already there. Now I'll tell you this: if Apocalypse doesn't happen, if it was Days of Futures Past, and then this is the next movie, I am fine with this sequence. But you've already done this sequence in Apocalypse.
Yeah, well,
It's redundant. It changes. It's different, and the same guy wrote it.
Yeah, this is classic X-Men movies. You know, they just ruin up the lore. Like if you watch the one before that, it kind of makes sense a little bit, and then if you go one after, then it doesn't really make sense. This one, they're like, you know what? Forget it. Let's just screw up the whole thing.
It's crazy. So I don't think it's necessary at all.
Okay,
But because of Apocalypse.
fair enough.
And it just... whatever. So then we get into the present. And the USS Endeavour, the space shuttle Endeavour, takes off. And as it's in the middle of space, it's having some difficulties. So the president calls Charles Xavier. And Charles sends in the X-Men.
He's like, yeah, we're going to be heroes.
And Mystique is critical. We're running missions for NASA now? What? You're the freaking X-Men. You're heroes. That's part of the job description, isn't it?
Yeah. No, see, that's the thing. That's why I don't agree with Xavier being the villain. Because Mystique technically sees acted more like... More and more I see her, she's acted more and more like a Magneto type of view on things.
But it's not, though. Here's the thing. She is this character that's there's two characters. She's almost like two different Mystiques. There's the high and mighty Mystique that we see throughout the movie, that I'm better than everyone else. That we have to do it our way. We have to protect the mutants. We have to protect our kind. And then there's the we are good. We have to help everyone. They give us both these Mystiques.
Yeah, well, that's the writing.
They don't pick a role for it. They don't pick a role for what it is. It's like we want to be this proud, feminist, good character, but at the same time we want to be Magneto. Which one are you? You contradict yourself throughout the movie.
That is true.
It's
too bad we don't have to
but here
deal with her character too long.
And at the beginning of the movie, you're right. I would agree with you is if Mystique alone was critical of Charles Xavier for wanting to help people. But by the end of the movie, everyone in that school will see things the same way.
I don't think so.
Well, they're kicking him out of the school. Spoiler alert. That would be.
I don't think he got kicked out of school. I think he retired.
He got kicked out.
How do you know?
Beast. The fact that Beast took over. Beast was the opposing character. The last time Beast and Charles had a conversation, it was not positive. There was no scene to fix that relationship. He got pushed out.
No, I think it's more.
We'll get in there, but there's no way you're gonna change my opinion on that because there's no scene that helps you that proves your aspect.
Well, in my opinion, we'll go into it.
In space,
we'll go there.
The X-Men save the astronauts, and all of them are helpful except Mystique, who does absolutely nothing, mind you.
Yes,
the Beast is the one flying the plane. Nightcrawler is teleported into the ship. Quicksilver is grabbing the astronauts. Storm is keeping the ship from collapsing. And that's what Jean does the same thing at the same time. And as this is going on, there's this big energy that's coming towards the ship.
Force.
Yes, the Phoenix Force.
That was inside Jean in the movie before.
Yes.
But now it's outside Earth's atmosphere.
Absolutely.
How did it get there? We don't know.
We do not understand. Whatever.
The director wrote the movie before this, by the way. So.
But nothing. There is one more crew member, and Mystique wants to leave, but Xavier says no. We have to help them. Would you leave one person on your team behind? And I'm with Xavier on this.
Yeah.
Who are you with Xavier as well?
I'm with Xavier too. Xavier's like Captain America.
Yeah. I'm 100% with them. So they go back to save this other person, and they do, but unfortunately, Jean gets stuck there. And the entire essence of the Phoenix goes into her. Mm-hmm. She absorbs it, and then she survives. Nightcrawler grabs her, and she's alive. Mm-hmm. So, yay. The X-Men return to Earth, and they're seen as heroes.
Yeah, they come out of the thing, everyone's clapping. They're like, yeah, the X-Men, they're the best.
So they return to the mansion. Actually, no, I have a question. Whose fault is it that Jean gets stuck in the Endeavor and ends up getting all of that essence of the Phoenix in her? Xavier or Mystique?
Didn't Xavier say he can do it?
Yeah, but whose? I think it's Mystique's fault.
Why?
Mystique gave a 30-second countdown.
Oh, and it was faster than that.
Yeah.
Didn't Beast do the calculation?
Yeah. So isn't it like, why would Xavier get blamed at all for this?
I don't know.
You're up there. You know how long it's going to take for that energy to get there. You guys should be responsible.
That's true.
Nobody's fault. Or as we're getting here and over there, it could be no one's fault. But
That's
either
true.
way, it's not Xavier's fault. My
No.
argument that I want to make is Xavier has no blame in this.
No, I think that's my thing.
So when they were after this celebration, they returned to the mansion, and Jean is ordered to go to medical. It's routine.
Yeah.
The Beast says she is fine, but that her powers are literally off the chart. Yeah. Literally, we can't see how much power you have because the readings can't calculate it.
That's crazy.
But his response to this is, we're not going to do anything. Go back,
Let's not talk to Charles
life.
Xavier about that.
Yeah, aren't these red flags?
Yeah. Well, Beast is an idiot.
Oh, but he's not
the smartest. Yeah.
Thank you. Go ahead. Say what you were just going to say.
He's supposed to be the smartest guy, but he's an idiot.
Changing the essence of his character. He's now the dumb, revengeful guy.
Yeah.
He's Wolverine.
Wolverine's not dumb. He kills people smart
He's the dumb
ways.
guy in the group. He just kills for the sake of killing.
He's not dumb. He's just primitive.
Yeah, that's what Beast has become, a primitive guy. So
I would Wolverine's your favorite character.
I would say maybe at least. Well, I'm not gonna say he's smart if he's not smart. Anyways, I would say maybe tell Charles. Maybe look into so he can look into her mind a little bit, see what's going on.
Maybe Mystique.
Maybe do a couple things. But no, they just send her up into the thing.
Hey, just go to this concert. Aren't they like adults now? They go to like some teen kid dancing and stuff.
Apparently.
So like there are teens in the 80s in the Apocalypse movie. This movie's in the 90s.
Well, let's talk about this as well because Charles Xavier should be in his like 70s.
He's like 66 at this cuz in
First
Class is 60s.
Yeah, but hold on, how old is he in First Class? 30 probably, right?
I'd say probably 35. 20s.
He's not 35. 20, yeah, he's probably 35. So this is 20 years later. I make 22 years later from what year is this? 92?
No, 60s is fat. This is in the 90s.
Yeah, but what year in the 90s?
Probably 92, 93.
92, so it's exactly 30 years because Cuban Missile Crisis is 62. So if he's 35, he's 65 years old.
Yeah, I said he's in his 60s.
Yeah, 60. Sorry, you're right, 65.
Yeah.
Does he look 65?
No.
Does Magneto look 60? And Magneto should be older. He should be 70.
Yeah, he should.
Because he was like 10 and 40 in like
the
42.
Timeline's crazy. So the kids, I don't know why didn't they just set it all in the same decade at least?
Because they needed to be in space. They needed a space shuttle.
Yeah, but they went to space in 67.
Yeah, but not a space shuttle.
That's
they
true.
went in. They needed to wait for the space shuttles to come around.
Fair enough.
So while this is going on, Mystique is berating Charles.
You just want to be famous, blah blah blah.
Chastise him. Yeah, you just want to be famous. Like what?
Yeah, that's stupid.
Charles argues that we are one incident away from going back to the very thing that was happening before Apocalypse.
Yeah, we have to do everything we can. You know, he makes a good point.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
One thing happens and the phone's gone.
Yeah, the phone, they're like, you can't call us anymore, Charles. Sorry. We don't trust mutants anymore.
Yeah. And then Mystique leaves Charles with two things. Number one, that we need to protect the children from you. What?
The kids are
Charles. This is it. Charles is the villain. He spent the next hour of the movie as the one doing everything wrong, and that if it was just Mystique, I'm with you. but it's Beast that calls him out as his number one guy. The guy who's been with him from the beginning
Yeah, but
says
Beast...
the exact same thing. And it's not just Beast. Gene says the exact same thing.
Yeah, but Gene's the three people, one of them's not thinking straight. The other one's trying to get in the other one's pants. So we can't even count that.
It doesn't matter. There's an agreement with the people of the X-Men that he crossed the lines, that he's crossing lines.
Yeah, and I just want to add that he didn't do anything to the kids. Like, the kids aren't being sent out on the missions.
I know this.
It's only the X-Men, the adults.
But the problem is, the people that are running the school, all of the teachers, are the ones that are criticizing Charles Xavier. He's lost his X-Men.
This happens. I'm not gonna lie. This does happen a lot in the comics. Though people get pissed off at Charles Xavier for things that he's done, and they did it. They were pissed off at him in the first Phoenix, in the X3 as well. It's not more.
What were they pissed off, or did they call him that? They said that you shouldn't be around. That the children need to be protected from you, because there's a difference. You can be mad at someone.
the Phoenix.
You can be mad at Charles Xavier. I'm not saying you can't be mad at him. I'm just saying to say that that you're the reason the children are that the children need to be protected from you. That's crossing the line.
Yeah, no, that's right.
There is no reason. We're hearing. There is no reason.
X has blocked Jean Grey's mind.
Okay, we're not there yet, so that has not happened yet.
That
is not.
They know that.
No, they do not.
They do know that.
No.
Can you please tell them?
They don't know that yet.
So if you haven't watched the movie yet, I will have
in
nothing from the
X3
peanut gallery back there until we get there.
But in X3, so Wolverine has a confrontation with Charles Xavier.
Yeah, but Wolverine, that's his character. That makes sense. Here's the thing. Wolverine, number one, was not a teacher at the school. He had known Charles Xavier for months at that point. He had not been he rarely living at the mansion. He is not an X-Men. He was an X-Men by every once in a while, but he was not one of the X-Men. We are talking about the people that have known Xavier the longest have said he's changed. There are no two better people to comment on the mindset of Charles Xavier than Mystique and Beast.
I don't know. I'd say they're pretty. I wouldn't.
This conversation is when I tapped out of the movie.
Oh wow, I already tapped out too. So.
Well, yeah, but this is when I'm like, this is where my rating is going with this. The second thing that we learned from this, that it is always the women that are saving the men here. So why don't we call it the X-Women? This is the worst line in the film. It's disrespectful to the men of the X-Men who actually did help in saving the day.
Well, apparently they didn't do anything in Mystique's eyes. The teleportation, no, that's a useless part. And the speed, no. You got to hold the plane together, baby.
And then she criticizes him.
And then sit and tell people what to do.
Yeah.
In the chair.
You don't even go on missions anymore. He's in a wheelchair. What do you want the guy to do?
Yeah, he's like, you're not out there risking your life like us. I mean, they're all adults. If they don't want to do it, he doesn't say, no, you can. Like, if they want to stop, you can stop. He never tells them. They all chose to help. They're all, like, mid-20s at least.
Oh, my God. It's brutal.
Beast is in his 50s.
Yeah. No, Beast is probably in his 50s.
Yeah.
But he looks like he's in his,
30s? Late 20s, maybe?
It's horrible. Horrible. Like, it's ugh. So that night, there's a party at the mansion, and the adults are partying with the children.
Yeah.
Great, right?
Yeah, Jean trips out.
Yeah, she loses control, she passes out, and she, blows up the area.
Yeah.
Xavier, who's at a human party, returns immediately, and she tries to read inside Jean's head. And this is the moment, he has to use Cerebro, but he can't do it. And he sees that all the walls he's put up, as our people back there were talking about, this is where everyone finds out that he's blocked some of the memories.
Yeah.
Now, is Charles right to do this? Was he right to play with Jean's mind?
I mean, yeah. He's one of the most powerful psychics on the planet.
100% I'm with you. This is a no-brainer. You have this literally when you are what 5 or 6 years old like Jean was, when you've just
Traumatic
killed your two
experience.
parents,
Yeah.
and you have blamed yourself. She thinks she's a monster.
Yeah.
You need some blockers in there. Put things up so she can control her powers. Because otherwise, could you imagine what would happen?
Yeah,
She
she
was
kills
going down
everybody.
the wrong path.
Yeah. No, she probably had mental issues, and we'd get in
He is
Legion
helping.
situation.
He is helping heal the brain as best as he can, and even Jean in the end thanks him for it.
Yeah.
Once she kind of took back power of it. But like, I don't know. I feel that there is a fine line between good and evil, and if you as a young person have that trauma experience, think that you killed your parents, I feel that puts you down the path of evil.
Maybe.
I think it does. So I have no problem. So Jean then awakens. She takes control from Charles from Cerebro,
Yeah.
and then leaves the manor or the mansion. Just leaves. She yells at Charles, being like, "You're a horrible person," and leaves. Do you like this scene?
I don't know. She's tripping. You know, she's got the Phoenix Force, so. And she's right away from Dark Phoenix. She's not even regular Phoenix. And she goes crazy.
So Jean goes back to her. She realizes her dad's actually alive.
Yes.
And she decides to go see him in Red Hook, New York. But the dad didn't want to see her. The dad blamed her for killing the mom and is afraid of her. Good parent.
We haven't even gotten to the part with the Skrull aliens yet.
I figure I put that later on.
Okay.
We can talk about the Skrulls after.
Or not Skrulls or whatever they're called.
Well, that's what they are. I mean, let's be
honest.
So he's able to control. At this point, though, like when she gets angry at the father, she's able to control her outburst. This is the only time in the movie she can control the outburst. She feels the phoenix coming on, but she's like, no, I can control this time.
Yeah, they never really explain like what her thing is.
The X-Men comes and Jean attacks them for some reason. She injures so the X-Men have to fight her now. She injures Quicksilver, who's now out for the entire movie.
Yeah, that's one way to eliminate him.
And Beast is about to shoot her, but Charles tells him, I want Mystique to talk to her. Like, they're supposed to be like best friends. So, like, talk to her and kind of see if you can help
calm her
down. Jean decides to kill Mystique.
By accident.
Accidentally. Was it an accident?
It was an accident.
It wasn't an accident.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't.
You thought you did it on purpose?
100%.
Why?
Why? Why do I think she did it on purpose?
Yeah.
Like, because she's crazy at this point in the movie? You think she accidentally injured Quicksilver?
Yeah, but what made her crazy?
I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense what made her crazy. But she was attacking the X-Men.
The Dark Phoenix is making her crazy. See, the problem with this is they tried to rush. Like, before in the comics, she's Phoenix first. And then it slowly deteriorates her mind, and then she becomes Dark Phoenix. But the problem with the X-Men movies is they both just rush right into Dark Phoenix without even
I agree with you.
Build up.
But here's the thing: when I watch that sequence, if you actually watch the sequence, she hasn't lost control. She's calm.
She's calm, and then she
talking,
yells. She does that thing that she did at the party where she lost control. Where she
why
yells
would she
and sends people flying.
But why does she lose? Okay, her dad basically said, "I never wanted you," and she's able to control herself there. Mystique's talking to her very calmly, nothing negative, and she just yells and throws her away. I think she's calm. I think this is actually Jean.
No, I think
she's having a little hissy fit.
You know why? Because she had the things on her face. Every time she had that stuff on her face, that's when the Phoenix was talking and not her.
Oh. I think Jennifer Lawrence wanted out of this movie, so they had to find a way to kill her.
That too.
And I feel like that they had no real good way to do it. So this is the best thing they could come up with. While this is going on, the police show up. Why the hell are the police there? How do they get there? Why would they know to come?
Probably the neighbor called the cops.
But why would the neighbor call the police? Get there before as the X-Men are there. Nothing has happened yet.
Didn't she like
Nope.
make the house go a little bit super
remember
crazy?
She said that's not. Remember she said that's not me. That was the plane landing. And even if it
Okay.
was, the plane landed 2 seconds later. How are the police there?
Who knows?
The police are there, so there can be a reason why the humans turn against the mutants.
That is true.
So Jean then goes to Magneto. She flies to the island where all the mutants are living in their own mutant way, and Magneto is the leader, and they're living in peace.
Okay, same thing that happened again. The director wrote this before.
Okay, go ahead. I love this stuff.
In the movie before, Magneto killed millions of people.
Yep.
Millions.
Yep. Millions.
And he is in his own sanctuary. He gets his own island for it. And doesn't go to prison because he stopped Apocalypse. Like, you're like a global menace at this point. Like, you need to be taken away. No, it doesn't matter if you helped. Like, why does he get his own place?
But
I'm just saying that.
But he helped kill Apocalypse, Xavier.
Yeah.
Without Magneto, they all die.
Yeah, but he also killed millions of people, you know. Pulled a Darth Vader.
I know, it's brutal.
Yeah.
It makes no, like
The guy wrote this before. Like, there's no excuse for this.
there
Like,
isn't excuses. So Magneto is now in charge, and he's calm Magneto. He's good Magneto. He has given up the thirst for vengeance.
Yeah, no. Vengeance is a no-no.
No.
Anything bad, vengeance is not the way.
Not the way. And Jean's like, how do I get over it? And he's like, you gotta let go. You gotta find.
You gotta let go. Whose blood is that, though?
Yeah, because
She's gotta let go. But whose blood? Tell me whose blood is that?
Whose blood is that, Jean? Because he has no idea. And as they're having this conversation, the army lands because the army now somehow knows that Jean is on this island.
Maybe they have
this sanctuary.
Maybe her energy gives off a tracker. Who knows?
Maybe it does. So
Someone
she
called the cops
comes
again.
out and she looks very in control. She doesn't look like she's having a moment, and she starts throwing the breaking a helicopter, throwing it around. Magneto has to try to control the helicopter at the same time. So is this in control, Jean, or is this not in control, Jean?
No, she's not in control.
So, okay, explain to me when Jean is in control. When she's ever using her power, she's not in control?
Once she's in control, you have to look at her eyes. Her eyes always give it away. It turns to like an orange.
So you're telling me you have to rewatch this movie to see your bloody eyes?
Yeah,
to show that.
Well, you're not going to rewatch it, but that's how you know when she's in control. You didn't pick up on that?
Oh my! All I know is it seems like when the director wanted her to be bad, they just for some reason decided to make her eyes. There was no trigger, or was there a trigger and I didn't know it? Because to me,
I thought the trigger was she was trying to protect herself from she didn't want to go to prison. You know?
Fair enough.
She's like, hey, I only injured a couple of police officers. Magneto killed millions of people. Why do I have to go to
But
jail?
that can't be the trigger because how did it happen? No, but I understand where you're coming from because that makes sense in that scene. She wanted to protect herself. But what about at the party?
At the party, she's just faded. You can't control your powers when you're drunk.
Oh my god! She wasn't drinking. Was she? There weren't no alcoholic drinks in there, were there?
Yeah, there were. It's just like, oh, you didn't see them taking. I don't know if you watched this movie,
buddy. I probably, you know what? I'll be honest.
You really tapped out.
That we watched this movie a week and a half ago now, almost 2 weeks ago. You're right. I'm trying to forget this movie, this piece of garbage that we watched.
Yeah, but every time she wasn't in control, her face would get like these little orange things on her.
Okay, I trust you on this, but I think it's just the director trying to find ways to.
I probably was too. I'm not gonna lie.
So Magneto ends up
Terrible
helping the
writer.
army escape, and then tells Jean to leave. So what the hell was the purpose of her going to Magneto? Is it she's just there to introduce Magneto into this movie?
Yeah.
Like, isn't that the only reason?
Yep.
Okay, so we're clear on that. So pretty much a waste of life. Okay. So, meanwhile, at Xavier's mansion, Beast is now chastising Xavier. Echoes lines that the students need to be protected from him. You are a horrible person, Charles. You are in it for yourself. You, the children, need to be saved from you.
Anything. It was.
Why is Fox? I have a question. Why is Fox Marvel pulling a DC and making one of their most pure characters bad?
I don't know. They just. In all honesty, I think Beast is just an idiot. I think they didn't write it properly.
Oh, I agree. I use 3 characters as the characters that they change the essence: Beast, Xavier, Mystique.
Fair enough. And the thing with Beast is he's very logical. He's very reasonable.
Yep.
The thing about Beast is he looks like a monster, but he's the most lovable, caring,
Yes.
gentle giant. Right? This is not what you get with this Beast. This Beast is an idiot. He knows it's not. He should know that. Logically, he knows it's not Charles Xavier's fault that Mystique is dead. It's more, if anything, if anyone's fault, it's Jean Grey at the point because he couldn't control herself with the Phoenix Force. And that dart was not going to stop Jean no matter what. So I don't know why he tried to do. So he's like, maybe if I shot it. So it's not Charles Xavier's fault. Beast is just an idiot and doesn't know how to deal with his emotions.
Absolutely. You are absolutely correct. But he should. But the Beast that we should know should be able to control his emotions.
Yeah.
Okay.
And no, it's not really Jean. He's like, we should help Jean.
But there should be no reason for him to call out Xavier as being a threat to these students.
No.
Okay. So now, while all of this is going on, there are aliens that are coming to Earth. They are Skrulls? Question mark.
I don't know what the hell they're called.
I don't know what they're called either. They use their name once, but we're already on Earth apparently. I think because I think they've infiltrated Earth because they're in the president's party.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The one guy.
We have no idea how long they've been there, but these aliens are arriving because they're apparently following this power source.
Yeah, apparently in the comics, these aliens are from the planet Jean destroyed when she was the Dark Phoenix.
So Jean destroys this planet.
Yeah.
But Jean didn't destroy this planet in the movie?
No.
It was destroyed by the power. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, the quote unquote question mark leader, Vok.
Vuk,
I think she's
Vok,
the leader. Do you think is she the leader of this?
People? I guess.
So she's going to find Jean and tell her that I'm not afraid of you, Jean. Your power can't hurt us. And she tells her all about this energy, that everything the energy touches gets destroyed, including my planet. And this energy can create life, and I think her motive is to get Jean to recreate her planet. Is that what you're getting with the motive to be?
Re-terraform her planet. Turn the Earth to her new planet.
Oh, she wants the Earth to turn into her planet.
Yeah.
I thought she just wanted to build like a planet like back
They're
in her
trying
spot.
to invade the planet
Okay.
and make it their own.
Okay. Fair enough.
By controlling the Phoenix or neutralizing the Phoenix.
Okay. That makes sense.
That destroys everything it touches.
Now, did we get that line in the movie, or are you just insinuating?
No, that's the line in the movie. They say it when they first meet up. We're like, we need the Phoenix to re-terraform.
But do you not feel like I felt like everyone else that was on, like all of her like subordinates didn't agree with the plan, that they think they couldn't control it.
Yeah. A lot of them did think that.
Okay.
Some thought they couldn't control it. They're like, we might have to kill her.
So Beast will steal the jet, and he goes to Magneto, and the two of them agree that they are going to kill Jean together.
Yeah, because he totally killed Magneto, who just spent 30 minutes talking about how revenge is not the way. He's let it go. He's past this. Decides to kill somebody that's not in control of their own powers.
So also, just as we're also talking about this, just because we're on this topic of our director, Simon Kinberg, who wrote the last movie. Didn't Magneto begin the last movie in Peace 2 and out of I'm not going for revenge anymore?
Yeah.
And didn't he also in that movie
lose his mind?
That
one made more sense though.
Because it was his wife and child?
Wife and child.
Yeah. It did.
With Mystique, I thought he moved on from Mystique because he had a wife and child. So why is he so upset?
Yeah, no, exactly what I was saying. Because we're just talking about how the last movie was written by the same director who just seemed to be like, you know what? I know I wrote the last movie, but I want to write a completely different movie this time.
You know what? Magneto, he just always loves peace until you kill something, and then he just wants revenge. You know? In First Class, it was his mother. Days of Future Past, it was All of Mutant Kind. In Age of Apocalypse, it's his wife and kids, and in this one, it's Mystique. You know,
Yeah,
just,
it's always finds a reason.
if you want to defeat Magneto, just don't kill people he loves.
Otherwise, he would have no reason to go after you.
Very good.
Also, but didn't Magneto see how strong Jean was?
Yeah.
Like,
And then he's like, "Yeah, I think I can kill her."
yeah,
He was struggling to stop her with the
with the
thing.
army.
Okay, yeah.
So that takes us to New York City, where everyone's going to arrive. So Charles and some of the X-Men go. There's this huge fight sequences between the Brotherhood with Beast against Charles Xavier and the X-Men.
The thing I hate is like in the Brotherhood, they're like those mutants suck. Like get someone like Avalanche or Pyro or like what are the good Brotherhood mutants? Like who the heck's this guy with dreads that hits people with his dreadlock? Like who cares? That guy sucks.
They all suck.
Or the chick. What was that one lady's power?
God, I don't remember. I'm trying to. I had to
The one
write
with the
my
tattoos,
notes
the
down
neck
because I had no
tattoo.
idea.
The one with
Did
the neck tattoo. I forgot what it
do
was.
something.
I forget. I don't know what she did.
Don't know.
She just kept coming out of random, and be like, "Hey, they're here." I think her power was just to announce people are coming. To be honest, I don't know.
So Magneto is eventually going to find a way to enter, and
Yeah, he blocks it with the subway.
yep. And Jean just flings him away like he was a newspaper.
Yeah, he's the dumbest idea ever. He's like, "Hey, I'm gonna try and kill you. Be right back. Let me just try and strike you with some railing." And then I'm like, "Yeah, see, you have metal powers. He has telekinesis.
Yep.
That trumps magnetism."
Then Charles will find a way in, and he just tells Jean to play the whole story in the head. So she plays the whole story
You
of
forgot
everything.
the best. You forgot the best scene.
What's the
before
best
that
scene?
happens? She makes Charles Xavier walk.
Oh, yeah.
up the stairs.
I don't know why that's the best scene, but okay.
That's one of the funniest scenes. When I saw that, I felt bad, but I just couldn't stop laughing. And like, that's gonna be me. There's gonna be like music in the background of him walking up to the stairs. I can't wait for that to come out.
So basically, he just tells Jean, look at the whole story. So she plays the whole story of how the dad basically said, I don't want her anymore. And him saying that, oh, Jean's not a monster. Duh!
Yeah, like what do you think was gonna happen?
Why did you play that? The movie would have been a much, if that was all it was going to take, it could have been over an hour and a half earlier.
Yes, he's a psychic. Why didn't he just read his mind?
Yep. Then she says she doesn't want the power anymore. And the leader of the aliens, Vox, says, I'll take the power.
Yeah, and he takes it and he doesn't explode.
Which takes a little bit of it. But hold on, I don't understand. Didn't she just finish telling us 10 minutes ago that anyone who touches the power dies?
Yeah, except for her, because Jean. Well, they didn't explain it in this. I don't even know what the reason is in the comics. To be honest, I forget. But yeah, Vux should be dead. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah. The whole point of this was the force is so strong it destroyed her bloody planet.
Yeah.
How is she going to take on this power? Why would she even want this power? There's no motivation.
People want what they can't have.
But you want to argue that she wants to terraform the Earth, but she will die. And
Yeah.
spoiler alert, when she does get all of the power, what happens?
She dies.
Oh, there we go. And if only there was some scroll that would have warned her that that's what was going to happen. Xavier?
Oh, I think it was herself.
Oh, it was herself. There you
She's
go.
like, you know what? I don't know. Maybe she's like an addict. You know, they know it's bad for them, but they still do it.
So yeah, I guess maybe power is powerful to convince people. I don't know. It makes no sense.
Power corrupts.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So the army shows up and they capture all the X-Men. Where did they get this? Like, I know it was in Deadpool 2, but where did they? Was there a scene in one of the three other X-Men movies where they have the power dampening like necklaces?
Necklace? I don't know where they came
Like,
from.
where do they come from? Like I don't understand.
They don't trust. Well, Deadpool is in 2016.
Oh God, that's true.
Oh wait, that's in the future. Never mind. I forgot this is in the 90s. So
Wait, where do they get this power dampening thing?
who knows?
But they needed to get them all on the train, and they needed them to talk to each other. That Mystique would not have wanted you to fight each other. Mystique would have wanted you to forgive.
Mystique is bad to the bone. I'm sick of the. I'm glad she.
Hold on though. They give him that speech, and all of the Brotherhood are like, "Yeah, you're right." Magneto like cries. Oh, we should have. You're right. We gotta
Magneto,
be
why do you
good."
love Mystique? What about your dead wife and kid?
It's you know what? It's not like the writer of this movie wrote the last movie, so he probably didn't realize it.
Oh, true. Fair enough.
We're joking. He did, so we have no idea. So the aliens now attack the train, and one soldier is able to free all the X-Men, and then we get the best battle sequence, as Xavier would say.
Yeah, it's the best battle sequence of maybe any X-Men. No. Days of Future Past had some pretty good ones with the Sentinels, but yeah, it's one of the best. I didn't say best battle sequence, probably one of the best displays of the powers. It showed their power set properly.
So they fight. There's some good sequences. Yay. But they're gonna lose, and then Jean wakes up, and Jean just kills everyone. And like,
Yeah, she pulls a Thanos and makes them turn to dust.
yep, that's exactly what she
The
does.
Phoenix Force. The Phoenix Force is like the Infinity Gauntlet in
Yep,
this one.
apparently. So then they're all the train to nowhere has just gone nowhere, and we're just in the middle of a field.
Well, she
And
picks up everything, right?
Yeah, and then puts him in the middle of a field.
Yeah.
But the train was going nowhere, right? That's my whole analogy with
Yeah.
this train. It was literally going nowhere. So Vok comes to the middle of this field and goes to everyone and be like, your emotions make you weak.
Typical villain line.
And Jean responds with the typical hero line, "My emotions make me strong."
Lifts her up in the air. She explodes. It's done.
Yay!
Jean doesn't actually die. She just becomes the Phoenix
Yep.
Force fully, and
So
it's just out of the atmosphere.
So with the ending, we go back to the school. It's now no longer Charles Xavier School for the Gifted. It's now Jean Grey's School for the Gifted. Yay! Woohoo!
You know, that's from the comics, because the school gets blown up, and then Wolverine gets mad at Scott Summers, and Scott Summers has Charles Xavier's school, and then Wolverine starts his Jean Grey school back in New York.
Oh yay!
Which is a little nod to the comics, I guess. You read one comic book, maybe.
Beast
No.
is now the new dean of this school, and Charles Xavier is now disgraced, depressed, and living in Paris, retired, and he's just sitting there. And Magneto comes and says, "Let's play some chess," and the movie ends.
And he's like, "You're coming with me."
Um.
Why would the guy that tried to kill a kid be back, and like, why would you make him like the most irrational person?
Yep.
Okay,
Well,
let's do
I'm
it.
just trying to think of some questions I have, but I think we've talked about them.
Yeah,
I don't understand the point of the aliens. Maybe you can help me with that.
who cares?
Are
Most generic
they're
bad
just there
guys
to
ever.
add some action sequences in the end?
Yeah, we needed a real villain, right?
I don't know why the government turns on the humans so quickly. They've only
The
helped.
mutants.
Yeah. Okay. Is it? I think it's the worst X-Men movie. You don't. Do you have anything you want to talk about? What's left?
No, this movie sucks, and
What's your rating?
it's gonna be a 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10. Why?
Well, we explained why I'm pretty much
Yeah.
in the movie. The one sequence with the display of their powers was pretty decent, and yeah, that's about it. If it wasn't for that, it'd probably be a 1. But I like the display of powers. Plus, I've seen some real worse movies, so worse X-Men movies. So I still really hate Age of Apocalypse, but that's just me.
I would.
'cause-
This movie and Age of Apocalypse probably have the exact same rating for me, and that is a 1 out of 10.
Wow.
This is the lowest rate I've given on this podcast. It would be it. I can't say one thing I liked about this movie. I probably should give it a 0. Like, this movie would be capable of giving a 0 out of 10 because
Ooh,
there is literally
that's worse than Power Rangers.
That's what I would give Power Rangers.
Wow.
There is nothing I can say. I would consider walking out of this movie.
Wow.
Like, if I would not see this, you'd have to pay me to see this movie again. I would not go out and see this movie again. This movie recently had the biggest drop off of a second week of any superhero movie. Any superhero movie. That includes Batman vs Superman. That includes Green Lantern. That includes X-Men 3. This movie is a disgrace to the X-Men. It's a disgrace to superhero movies, and it is absolute garbage with not one redeeming quality. Showing a couple power forces, I can go watch Endgame again and see that done properly too.
Yeah, but not mutant powers.
Scarlet Witch is in the movie.
Scarlet Witch isn't immune in that. And her powers aren't done properly.
Whatever.
Good for you.
All right, I'm done with that. Let's move on to Ma.
Let's go. It's getting good.
All right, what are your opening thoughts on the movie Ma?
I'm not gonna lie. Kind of forget how I feel about this movie. It's been 2 weeks since we saw it, so that's not a good sign.
A week to the day, man.
A week to the day? Wow. So that's not a good sign that I don't really remember much of the movie. It was interesting for the... No, it wasn't. It's a movie. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. I had high hopes for this movie. I expected it to be decent. I liked the concept of it. And it was not as good as I had hoped, to be honest. I stick with my pre-watch opinion. It had a great premise and a great concept. It just had poor execution. It made poor choices. And it wasn't well thought out. And I thought it went in some bad directions. We just see stupid characters doing stupid things, and that they weren't developed to do, right? Like, if you can't create a character, you have to follow that character that you've created, and they don't do that. I will say this, though. Octavia Spencer was great. She was creepy, and I liked her.
I think she was the best part of the movie.
All right, you ready to get into this?
Yeah, let's go.
So, the movie begins with Maggie and her mother moving into town. Apparently, the dad had left the mom, and Maggie has this very close relationship with her mom. She'd rather spend an evening with her mom than
go out and party.
Than go out and party with the new friend she made. How were your thoughts on having a new kid come to town in this movie, or to begin with a new kid coming to town in this movie?
I didn't really think too much into that. I thought it was decent. I wasn't upset or anything.
See, I thought this is a very poor choice to start the movie. It doesn't make sense with the plot. You want the character to... The focal point of this character has got to be Ma, right? It would make a lot more sense if Andy was the main character to have Maggie move in. But the main character is Maggie, right? So Maggie wouldn't know a lot of the politics in the town or Ma or anything like that. So the character that as we're gonna push forward, it doesn't make sense to start with her. If Andy was the main character, who's one of the friends that we'll talk about, I think it would make more sense. Even the relationship with the mom, I wasn't a big fan of. Because it started at this, we had such a good relationship for the first 5 minutes of the movie. And then it's like, where did it go?
Then screw you, Mom. Well, the mom kept working, right?
Yeah, it took a 180-degree turn. It's like, I'm all about my mom, and then I'm like, I'm not talking to my mom anymore at all.
Yeah, I got boys. No, you know what it is, teens. You think your parents are the greatest, and then you get friends, and then your friends are the coolest.
But she must have had friends in the town before. That's what I don't understand.
Maybe she didn't. Maybe she was made fun of.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. So after the mom gets called into work, Maggie decides to call her new friends that she made. And they go to a party. They were supposed to go to a party, but the party got canceled. So they're going to drink and drive around. They try to get someone to buy some booze for them. And that's when we meet Sue Ann, a.k.a. Ma, who, after seeing the name on the truck, Andy's truck, decides to buy them booze. However, after helping out, she researches the group on social media. Really creepy, really good.
Yeah.
She calls Andy's dad, Ben, and Ben then calls the police. I'm still trying to figure out why call Andy's dad.
I guess he wanted to confirm that it was really him. That was really her father. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really understand. Well, what do you think her motives were?
To get him to lose a drinking spot so they could go to her place.
Yeah, but how do you know that's gonna happen? Like, you don't know that the dad's gonna call. Like, I have a question for you. So what the dad does is he calls the cops, who then go
Yeah.
over there. But like, if your ma, or if you were the actual dad, would you call the cops on your children?
No, but I'd drive there and be like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, but then I would just go back the next weekend.
Yeah, but still then they don't know that they'd be there, right? So
Okay. In a flashback sequence we see 30 minutes later in the movie, isn't this the exact same spot that the dad went to party when he was that age?
yeah,
So why wouldn't he know about it?
that's true.
That's all I'm saying. I just don't
Well,
understand the motives.
He's busy getting his rocks off with the one lady. I forget her name. Maggie. Erica?
Erica, yes.
No.
You were talking about Mercedes.
Mercedes.
But I don't. Again, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. So, anyways, the cops end up coming, and they get off with a warning. A week later, Sue Ann is going to buy them beer again, but this time she invites them into her basement. Her house happens to be in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
Would
that's
you
not
go
weird.
in?
No. You don't go with strangers. Yeah, let's go to the basement of some random lady. Like, what kid does that?
Put up my hand. I do it. Use numbers. There are, what, 5 of you and 1 of her? Old lady? Now, listen.
Yeah, but you don't know what you're she's
Listen.
driving you. She's driving you to the spot. It could be a setup spot, and now you're all trapped with
You're
some
right. You're right on
next
that.
man.
But now you're there. She's inviting you in. You're at the house. You know where you are. Why not go in? I don't
I
see
wouldn't
a
have
problem
followed
with it.
her. I wouldn't have followed her from the start. See, that's why people get killed in scary movies. Because you're like, you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Let's just follow some lady to some abandoned area. That's okay.
Daryl went.
Be right back. Murdered.
Daryl went in there.
Yeah, well, Daryl's the only. Well, actually, he's not. Daryl's just an idiot.
If they don't go in, whatever. I don't think that it is a problem where it makes. I don't think it makes zero sense. Small town, close knit community. It's different, right? We live in a big city. We're not from a small town, and I'm sure this is the problem. This is again why I don't like Maggie being the main character. It doesn't work as well. I feel like if Andy was the main character, we could understand like I don't know, she works at a veterinarian place. Like they know who she is. Like they can know who she is, right? I don't know. Anyways, things go fine, except
She pulls a gun.
she pulls a gun and makes Chaz take off all of his clothes.
Yeah, see, like, I'm dead. See, crazy.
So you didn't like. I like this scene, but see, I have a different aspect to it. I just think she needs to fire the gun because she says that it was a fake gun, it didn't work, and then everything goes back to normal. If she like points it up and pulls the trigger and be like, "Ha, it's pulling a joke on you," it becomes a little bit more humorous. No,
No.
why not?
Anyone that pulls a gun out.
Making the kid take off all of his clothes is hilarious.
Yeah, but she's like 45.
True.
Hey, man, let's go hang out with the 45-year-old's
It's true.
basement that
I
we
guess
don't
it shows a double standard because if a man made that do it to a woman, that would be like completely off color. But like,
Yeah, that's
I look at
even
it so
worse.
different. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You're right.
Fact me too.
So Ma becomes the talk of the town. The next 25 minutes is all about
Everyone
Ma.
partying at
Ma
Ma's
has
place.
dozens of kids over on a weekly basis.
Yeah. If as a teenager, you would not find that weird?
No. As a teenager, you want a place to party, especially in a small town.
Yeah, I know I wanted a place to party, but like I wasn't that desperate.
You don't live in a small town.
That's true.
That's there's nowhere to go. Everyone knows you. To find
I find like in a city it's harder though because it's more
No.
populated and it's easier. People find.
way easier. It's way easier. No one knows everyone. You can go anywhere and party. There's so many spots. If you went to the other side of the mountain, would people know you there?
Yeah.
Like in general, like everyone.
Not everyone,
That's
but
what I'm saying.
people know me. But everybody's luck. You're
How
always
many
gonna
people
run
do you
into
know in the Stony Creek Mountain?
in the Stony Creek Mountain. I don't know, like probably out of the population, probably only 50 people. It's not
50
a
people
lot.
that live on the Stony Creek Mountain.
Yeah,
That's 50 more people than I know, to be honest with you.
one of the people we used to work with lives there. Oh no, she's Lower Stony Creek.
No, she's just the Hamilton Mountain.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about like near Mud Street. That all
Mud
to
Street?
Bimbrook.
Oh, yeah. My one, the guy I DJ'd with.
So one person.
That's one of it's
But that's
his
my
whole
point. You
family
don't-
and
okay, how many people do you know in downtown Hamilton? In the West
downtown
End?
West End. I'm the worst person to ask this because I'm actually popular.
Damn
You should
it.
ask somebody else. You should ask
Okay,
somebody
the
else.
majority of people in a big town don't know people.
Okay.
Like if you went, you could easily find a place in like along the escarpment and go drink and have no problems.
Yeah, no, I used to do that. So
That's oh my god, why are you trying to be difficult if you agree with me?
I'm not being difficult. I just thought it was weird.
I didn't think it was weird at all. But there is weirdness to what's going on, right? We are meant to think that it's because she wasn't invited to parties as a child because the flashbacks kind of are giving this
Yeah.
message that she's a little weird, she's a little awkward.
Yeah, Michael Jackson syndrome.
But at this point in time, what do you think her motives are?
I thought like, well, you could tell like she, at points, she was really mean to some people. Like she'd swear at people and stuff like, "Get my effing way, f you."
No, but like, what do you think her motives are though? Not some of the weirdness. Like,
I
why do
thought
you
her
think
motives.
Why do you
I
think she's
thought
having these people over.
I thought she was trying to like replace the one girl to be the other guy's girlfriend.
No, I just thought she wanted to be popular.
Oh.
But we start seeing some creepy things. So she comes to the school, and wants to party on a school night, and everyone says no.
Yeah, it's like, let's go party, y'all.
The
Let's
second
party.
weird thing is she drugged Maggie, right? She did drug her.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
so.
she roofied her. Okay, just so we're clear.
Yeah, it's effed up.
The third thing, they saw someone upstairs,
Yeah.
and then the fourth thing
They
is
hurt
is
somebody.
kind of the problem. Haley and Maggie, they break into Ma's house looking for the jewelry that's been stolen.
Yeah.
Maggie lost earrings. Haley lost the necklace. And they found the missing jewelry. But she also found out that Ma has a daughter that Maggie met on her first day, and she's in a wheelchair. And she also finds out that they've been creeping her out.
Yeah.
She's been
She's
creeping
been
them
watching them out like it's a FBI agent's board.
out. I just have a question. Like, isn't this like, aren't these like red flags galore?
Yeah.
Like, tons of red flags.
Honestly. Red Flags Galore was the very first minute she asked you to follow them.
No,
But
I don't think
for
that.
you, for me, for you, you have to, it has to be too late. You're dead.
No,
In the
I'm
scary
not
movie,
dead.
I'm a survivor. You're a dyer.
Okay,
You
number
die.
one, there's no need, there's no proof that this is a horror movie yet, and it's not even a horror movie in the end anyway. Just
It's not
a crazy
horror movie.
woman.
Yeah. See.
But at the moment, but the thing is, and we'll talk about this, they go back into the house after discovering all this. Maggie wants nothing to do with it. Haley's the idiot of the story.
Yeah. She goes back, and then they're like, "Yeah, let's party."
Yep.
She got pictures of me, but let's keep partying.
So, while this is going on, Ma and Ben, we find out that Ben played a horrible trick on Ma when she was younger.
Yeah.
That when she was in high school, she made Ben pretended that she was gonna give him a blowjob, but it really was like a geek from the school,
Yeah.
and apparently that really embarrassed her. And
Everybody knew that she did it, and they laughed at her.
everyone was waiting outside, and they were all laughing, ha ha ha. And Ben ends up going into the veterinarian where she works and says, "Let's go for a drink after work." And when they get to the bar, he asks her, "Why are you around my son?" And then if you go around my son again, I will hurt you. Basically, I think. is what
I'll
she said.
mess you up, girl.
But she ends up manipulating him back to come to her house. by putting a tracker or getting the frequency for the tracker into
Yeah.
the house when no one was there. And then she kills him.
Yeah.
But she also runs over Mercedes as well.
Yeah, well, Mercedes was part of it.
Yeah.
She always was mean. Mercedes didn't
So-
seem like a nice girl.
So what are these motives? Are the motives revenge then?
Yeah. Well, she could have got revenge right after.
But do you like these motives for her?
Not really.
Why do you not like these motives?
Because if she was going to do it, revenge now, her kid, like what triggers her is that the kid this is a small town, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everybody knows everybody. So she has to know that he's still there. So now she decides to kill him because he talks to the kid or something?
Yeah, I don't understand it. Like, and
I
you have
like
a daughter now.
Yeah.
Like, get over it. It would
It
have
just
been.
seems way too long for her to hate to hate the
But
person.
like, that's what I'm saying. This movie would have made a lot more sense if she doesn't have a daughter,
Yeah.
and if like the plans are in place for again, if Andy was the main character, right? Because then it could be like she's been creeping Andy his entire life. And again, then maybe sleep with Andy too, like that. All of like this, like get him back all of these ways.
Yeah.
Like have like a master plan of it, but they don't do that in this movie. And because they don't do that in this movie, it takes away from the motive because she doesn't have one. It just
a
I'm
crappy
doing it for
motive.
revenge, but there's no real reason to have revenge.
Yeah.
And at that moment, everything goes crazy. Maggie comes clean to her mom, who then loses her crap and grounds her.
Which is fair
But I
enough.
don't know, really?
You wouldn't freak out on your kid that's been going to some random ass person's home in the basement to get drunk multiple times.
I don't
They wouldn't
know.
get grounded for that. I'm
But-
grounding my kid.
But I don't know. Because here's the thing. She's been coming home late, smelling like... The first time that she came back from hanging out with these people, she smelled like pot. And you let her go out with these people again. So, how could you really be that angry?
That's true.
Like, you're letting your daughter go... We also find out the daughter's 16.
Jeez.
Which I think is stupid because the actress playing her is like 26. So you have this 16-year-old, and you leave her at home alone for a week.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of mom are you to be given the riot act to
She's
this to grand-
definitely getting it on. Those hormones.
And even like the one day she gets home and Andy's at the house and they clearly have been like
Fooling around.
Like, and you have nothing.
Can't
to
trust them horny teens.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like that she overreacts for the character they created about her. You don't think
Yeah.
that? Like, yeah,
Maybe.
as a parent, I would be furious. But I would not be letting my child
Keep
be
going.
drinking every night or every weekend.
That's true.
I don't know. So, but that night she gets a message from Ma that everyone, all of her friends,
Are
Daryl,
at the
Haley,
party.
Chaz, and Andy, her boyfriend now, are all at this party at her house. So why does Haley go back? Like, I feel like
There's no good reason for it.
there is none. If can I make a suggestion for making this movie?
Sure.
If Maggie had went by herself to Ma's house and Haley didn't go there, I'd be okay with Haley going back. Because it could be like, if I was Maggie and I went into the house, I snuck in, I see all these creepy things that she's doing.
Yeah.
And I went and I said, Haley, you can't go back to Mom's. This is what she's doing. I don't believe you.
Yeah, that would make more sense. But Haley went with her, so
Haley, but it's not that Haley went with her. Haley was the one who suspected her. Remember?
that's true.
Because
too.
Haley sees the whatever, the bracelet or
That
whatever, the one
girl
piece
had.
of jewelry that the other girl in school had, and she's the one who basically said, "I think she's stealing shit."
Yeah.
So why she of all people, of any one of these friends, she's probably the one with the most suspecting of Ma.
Yeah, and she said some pretty mean things to her. Too.
Yeah. And then there's Andy, who loves quote unquote Maggie, and promises Maggie that he's not going, that he won't go back.
Yeah, but he's a teenager, man. You know, how many
That's fair,
times
too.
Kids lie. I've lied so many times
So
as a teen.
Yeah. So 16-year-old Maggie steals her mom's car and drives to Ma's house. And all the kids are drugged, and then Maggie gets drugged as well.
Yes.
So when she comes to, all the kids are tied up and they're by their necks. And Ma then puts a hot iron on the quote-unquote attractive kid Chaz.
Yeah, I don't know why she did that.
She
to Chaz. What did he
sews-
do?
I know, nothing. And she sews Haley's lips together for,
Well,
again,
Haley said some mean things to her, so I could see
whatever. She paints Daryl's face white.
Why did I don't know what Daryl did? He's been nothing but nice to her. To be
No,
honest, he was the
no,
nicest.
remember she says there's only one there's
token
only
white.
black person,
Yeah,
right?
but still,
she's
he's
the token black
well,
person.
clearly she's crazy.
She stabs Kyle, or sorry, Kyle stabs Andy with the knife, and then she's about to hang Maggie. And while all this is going on, a police officer comes by. She kills the police officer,
Yeah.
and the daughter is going to save Jeannie. The daughter is going to save Maggie and
Yeah.
push Ma down the stairs. All of the people then wake up at the same time.
Convenient.
And they are, convenient. And they're all saved at the last second by the mom, Erica, Maggie's mom.
We forgot to mention that there's a girl that gets knocked out, and I'm 100% sure she's died. She got burned alive.
No, she came out. And oh yeah,
Not
when
escape.
Ma gets pushed down the stairs, the basement catches fire, and they're all saved last second. I feel the ending was anticlimactic.
Yeah, it was. That girl's dead. I don't care what you say.
So Xavier's talking about like there's the Reverend girl who pretends to be sleeping, and when Maggie wakes up, she's still, or when she gets up from being drugged, she's still in the basement. So she tries to run away, and then she gets hit over the head with the something by Ma.
With
And
the iron, with the iron
with
by
the iron,
Ma.
she gets
She's
hit.
knocked the fuck out.
No, she's not.
She's
knocked out.
dead,
But
dog.
I
She is
think
murdered.
I'm pretty sure I saw her escape. Xavier.
No, you
doesn't.
did not. She's dead as hell. They didn't even care about her. They forgot about her.
So Ma went up the stairs and she lies in bed with Ben. And again, she's so angry at Ben and was out for revenge. Why is her last thing to be lying?
Well, she
Right.
dressed up to be with him too, so I guess he still kind of liked her.
I know,
but
but I
hated
don't.
him
It
at the
doesn't make
same
any.
time.
Which is why I don't understand the motives.
Cause she crazy,
Yeah, she is.
and she killed the kid by accident. Well, actually, the daughter killed the kid.
What would you have done with this concept?
With this concept,
Like, what would you have done to make this better?
I don't know. For me, I'm not the one that makes. I wouldn't make these type of movies, so I couldn't tell you what would make this movie better.
Like I don't understand. And I would have liked to see at least a next day or a week later, or a year later, because like did Andy survive?
Now he's dead.
You think he
If we don't
died?
see a week later, he died. He was like passed out for like 5 minutes. He got stabbed and passed out for 5 minutes, and then they didn't get rescued till like he's definitely dead.
No,
Too far away from the hospital. He's dead.
Why is this movie like so many typical other movies that are bad? We get these stupid characters. Like,
It's got to drive the plot, baby.
wouldn't it be better to write something that's more creative, more believable? Like, if it was believable, this movie would be fantastic.
Yeah, but
Is this a thriller?
maybe. Yeah.
Does it thrill you? Did it thrill you?
No.
No, then I don't think it's a thriller. I think it's just a drama.
Maybe it's a failed thriller.
It's definitely It fails at everything it tries to do.
It sucks.
Oh boy,
And Ma killed that Reverend priest chick lady,
the daughter.
the daughter. She's a killer.
Do you think the fact that like they were all 16 is a problem? Like, would you have rather seen them like as 18-year-olds about to graduate?
Yeah, that'd probably be better. And maybe
'Cause
just
Ma
have them
don't
do
forget,
something.
Ma
mean.
does kiss.
Maybe
Andy.
have them like maybe bully the daughter or something. Like do something mean to her daughter, and that's why.
But they
she
were so
starts
nice
getting
to the
revenge.
daughter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe if they did that, maybe that's what drive her to be crazy.
Also, like, let's talk about the daughter here for a second. Ma had her in a wheelchair. Do you think she was actually sick?
no.
Not even a little bit, right? Like, why does she
Give her
drug her
meds.
daughter?
Because he's crazy.
But like, do you think she killed her husband?
Yeah,
Are you gonna
because she's
elaborate?
crazy.
Is that it? Is that the answer? She's just crazy.
Yeah, clearly.
But
He's painted a freaking
why-
black kid's face white.
yeah, I
Said
understand.
there's only one token
I like how
person.
that's how you went with that. Like the putting a hot iron on someone's chest. Less. I feel that's a little
She
bit more
lets
crazy.
high school kids drink in her basement.
Okay. But what made her crazy to kill her husband? Like you're thinking that she's crazy enough to kill her husband?
Maybe her husband said something wrong to her, because apparently if you say something wrong, she freaks out and swears at you. Like, don't talk to me like that. F you. Use a B word.
So, one of the things this movie I think tried to do was make you feel sad for mom or feel empathy towards mom. Did they do a good job of it?
No.
Should they have even tried to do that?
Probably not. Just let her be crazy.
Yes, but again, having a daughter hurts everything.
Yeah.
All right, what are you giving this movie? Or do you have anything else you want to talk about with this movie?
No.
Yeah, I'm done with this movie. What are you giving this out of 10?
I'm going to give this a 4.5 out of 10. The only good part of this was Octavia. She was good. Everything else sucks.
Okay. I'm giving this a 4 out of 10. I think this is...
Whoa, you lowered your score.
Pardon?
It was a 5 before. I saw the 5. Now it's a 4.
You know, it's a 4. It's definitely a 4 out of 10. There's not enough nice things to say about this movie. It's a 4 because of its concept. It's a 4 because of the premise and because of Octavia Spencer. This movie could have been a 10 if done properly, but it wasn't. So that's my score.
GG.
All right, let's talk about let's go to the vault and talk about Toy Story. 1995's Pixar's first animated film, the first computer-generated film of all time. Toy Story.
That's the first computer-generated film?
First computer-generated film of all time. What are your opening thoughts on Toy Story?
It's a classic. I love this movie. Everything about it. I could go on and on about it, but I'll let Michael do that for us.
You don't want to talk more about it?
No.
All right. I agree. It's classic. I echo that from Xavier. And when I got to rewatch it this morning, I can honestly say it was just as good today as it was when I saw it when I was 10 years old. Watching Buzz and Woody and all of the others, it just brings back great memories for me. You know, I just think the story of this cool new toy coming into Andy's life was absolutely brilliant. It deals with real issues like themes of jealousy and envy that you would have of other people.
You think you're top dog.
You're only top dog until someone else comes around and changes
Yeah.
everything. I feel people could still connect with these themes today. And some of the lines, man. You are a toy. You're a sad, strange little man. To infinity and beyond. You know, it's great. And you know what? It follows the Disney model. It's something for all ages. Watching it this morning, it was a different experience from watching it when I was 10. I took different things from it. I enjoyed it in a lot of different ways. As a 10-year-old, I didn't relate to this idea of envy and jealousy, right? But I can relate to it today. And I have a very interesting analogy I want to bring up when we're done our review. And it follows the Disney model. There's some the great songs, character development, so good. All right, ready to get into this?
Let's go.
So, the movie begins with Andy playing with his toys. And we have Woody, the cowboy, who is clearly his favorite. You know, you got Mr. Potato Head as the bad guy, and we have the You Got a Friend in Me song. And we see that Andy's entire bedroom is all decked into cowboy gear. His sheets are cowboys. All the posters on the wall are cowboys. And after Andy or after the song is done, and Andy gets called to his mom, all of the toys come to life. What are your thoughts on the premise of this film?
Well, it's great. Well, Jerry has did a pretty little funny hallucinogenic take on it.
What are your thoughts though?
But my thoughts, I like the premise. Why would I not like the premise? I was a kid at the time. It's cool. I mean, toys are being alive. They're pretending to be alive, and they all have their own feelings. It's a good proud. Disney keeps it simple. What if toys had feelings?
Yeah, what if toys came to life? I loved it. Now, when you I'm with you. I totally see eye to eye with you, especially as a kid. Did you not think that like you said you were 3, so I imagine when you first watched it, like 5, 6, maybe
Yeah, it was
even
probably
10.
5.
Did you think that the toys might have been happening when you left your room?
Yeah, I thought that.
Oh, me
I'm
too.
like, are the toys?
I'm not gonna lie about it. I totally thought that was it. I mean, but that's the great. That's
Yeah,
why
I'd constantly talk to things and be like, hey, if you're alive, let me know, please. I just want to know, please.
Me too. I love that. I love that about that movie. It's so good. Is that how you play with your toys?
What?
Like, how Andy was playing with his? Is that how you play with yours?
Well, I played with my brother. This is gonna go into a little detail. We called it City, and so we'd have the police officers, the mayor. So we'd have our little what's it called? We'd have the mafia, and then we'd have the rival gangs, stuff like that. It was very intricate. And then when my sister was born, she would bring her cars and stuff when we drive around and stuff. Like, it was a good time. Loved it.
It sound like I loved it. Like I remember like we had all these like little action figures, and like Andy, like we would play with them all like they were all in the same universe.
Yeah.
I remember like a couple times like in like our play area, like I would put all the toys around and just kind of like just play with them all like in like a WWE style kind of thing.
Oh, see.
It's so much fun.
With me, me and my brother played City. That was our favorite game.
Oh yeah, it was so much fun. I had all these weird different things to play with them. Did you have a favorite toy like Woody when you were young?
Yeah. It was my Teen Gohan. So I had a Teen Gohan action figure, and then I had these. There's this old anime called Knights of the Zodiac, and like they had these toys, and me and my brother loved that show, and we loved the action figures that came with it. So we bought all that. So there was that and my black Shiryu, from Knights of the Old Zodiac. Which you probably haven't heard of.
No. Mine was a little stuffed animal. It was a kitten that was probably about that big. I called it Kitty. I would sleep with it all the time. Like that was my go-to. Like I still have it in my closet upstairs. Like I know exactly where it is.
Oh,
like,
that's funny. I still have my favorite stuffed animal, which is Fluffy.
Fluffy?
Which
what
is
kind
a
of
bunny.
animal is Fluffy?
It's a bunny. Yeah. He's still up there. His eye's missing though now, so he's getting old.
I remember after watching Toy Story 3, because like the theme is like about like going to college. Oh my god! I went home and I got my little kitty and I slept with it that night. And that came out in what 2012, 2010, something like that.
I don't think you should have mentioned that on the podcast.
I had no shame. I was like what 20? No, it was 85 in 2000. Probably like 26 at the time. And I was like,
You're
I
my
go home.
age.
I went home and slept with it. I'm like, I felt like that's how good Disney movies are, though. Like they really tug on those heartstrings.
I'm not gonna lie, I cried during that.
Oh yeah,
I was like, damn, this is like I'm going to college, and I remember I used to try like play with my action figures with me and my brother a couple of times, and it was just we couldn't do it. It wasn't fun anymore to us.
No, you can't.
I kind of got sad.
It's true.
Freaking video games and social media. It's ruining our society.
It really is. So Woody is in charge of all of the toys when they get up, and it's Andy's birthday, and they're celebrating it a week earlier, and like the toys are like panicking now because like they're not used to it. We thought we had an extra week.
Yeah, we have order.
And Woody calls the staff meeting and tell them all this, and they're worried that they're all going to be replaced. So Woody tells them, "Don't worry, you have nothing to worry about. You won't be replaced. You've been Andy's favorite." And they're like, "Oh, that's easy because you've been Andy's favorite for years."
Yeah.
So they're not buying it. And so Woody sends the troops in to kind of spy on the party. I find this like entire premise fantastic. Like how the toys are worried about being replaced
Yeah.
and being sent like to the attic or something like that. Like the legitimate fear that they have. And the army men's role is brilliant. Like has their like the paratroopers like that fly
they go
down.
spy.
So good. So everything's good, but there's one last toy. But they can't tell it what it is because like they knock down the walkie-talkie that they're using or the baby monitor that they're using. And when the toy comes, Andy knocks Woody off the bed.
Yeah, and he's like, what?
And we find out the toy is a Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
And when we meet Buzz, he actually thinks he's the real Buzz Lightyear. And he thinks that the ship that he comes in is his real ship.
Yes.
So the other toys are immediately impressed by Buzz.
He can fly.
We get some of the quotes we get. There are more gadgets on him than a Swiss Army knife. That is Bo Peep. Woody, how come you don't have a laser? Oh, impressive wings. So Woody and Buzz end up arguing over whether Buzz can fly. Buzz's like, of course I can fly. And Woody's like, prove it. So he jumps off the bed and he hits like a ball and he does his little thing and he lands back on the bed. He's like, see, I can fly. He's like, Woody's like, no, that's falling with style. Is Woody justified in blowing this out of proportion?
Well, yeah, when you're the favorite for so long, and then you're not, and someone's starting to threaten your, it's a constant case of his ego starting to shatter.
But he can't. He actually is a toy. Like, this is the thing. Like, I am with Woody on this because it's not like Woody's at this point is incorrect.
Oh, I thought you meant like taken out of proportion because he's jealous.
No, out
oh,
of proportion, like the arguing, like
Oh,
all.
okay,
Like,
so
at this
yeah,
point,
no,
he's
Woody's
not his
right.
favorite yet. Like, this is just like all the other people are enamored by this. They're, like the toys are portrayed as dumb except for Woody and Buzz as the movies go on. But like it's like Woody's right here. Like he's not. He's just a toy. So over the next week, or at least like 5 days, Andy is still playing with Woody, but he's also playing more with Buzz, and we see the room change from all this cowboy stuff to
all the space stuff.
Yes. And what we also see this changing of the guard happening, right? So the toys are also all going to Buzz, right? He teaches Rex how to roar. He's working out with the toys. He's petting Slinky.
Yeah.
It's all good. And then at night, Andy chooses to sleep with Buzz.
And now Woody. Woody has to stay in the back.
Do you feel bad for Woody?
It happens. I've had toys where they were my favorite, and then another one becomes my favorite. So
Mike Katie was always like my favorite. Like I don't always I think
you never got an upgrade where you're like, whoa.
I had other stuffed animals that came and went, but Katie was always there.
Action figures.
No, it's who you sleep with, right?
You must have had crappy. I never slept with any stuffed animals or.
You don't sleep action figures. I wouldn't want to sleep with anyway.
I wouldn't sleep with an
I always
action
have
figure.
It's what you sleep with. You have a little bit of emotional
slept
connection to.
with
I think.
Nintendo Game Boy.
Anyway,
And a book.
that leads us
Like
to
a real kid.
oh boy. That
Harry
leads us
Potter.
to wow.
And Goosebumps.
So that leaves Woody to finally confront Buzz. Says, "You stay away from Andy. He's mine." And they're going to fight each other. When Woody pushes the button to open the helmet, and Buzz thinks he can't breathe. Oh my god, it's so funny.
Yeah.
And he can breathe. Like, you can't open a spaceman's helmet. And then that's when I think Woody finally realizes that Buzz actually thinks he's Buzz. Like, this isn't an act.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do in that situation?
You walk away very slowly.
Yeah. Okay.
See you later, buddy.
What distracts them all is we see Sid. And all of the toys are terrified of Sid because he tortures toys.
Yeah.
This scene's obviously setting us up for something.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Me and my brother used to do that too.
Wow. I'm not surprised you would do that. So it's time to go to Pizza Planet. And Andy can only bring one toy. And Woody really wants to go. So he wants, when he's asking the Magic 8 Ball what he thinks, the Magic 8 Ball says, you're not going. So he throws the Magic 8 Ball and it accidentally falls in between the desk and the wall. So Woody gets this idea. What happens if Buzz fell in between that wall? Wouldn't that be great for him? He gets to go. So
it's murderous.
That's fine. They were moving anyway. He would come out. It'd be like a temporary thing. And
Yeah,
he'd probably
okay,
be able to
you know,
climb
he's
back.
just-
They'd probably be able to climb
He
back
just
up
attempted murder somebody. It's okay,
It's a
you know.
toy,
You
it's
get
not a
over it.
murder. Falling
It's
into
a
the wall.
sentient toy in this. It has a life.
Yeah, but it's like being knocked off the table and falling outwards. Like that happens. It happened. You got knocked off the bed. It's the same height.
Yeah, he's trying to kill.
Okay. So when he grabs RC's controller and he pushes it towards Buzz, Buzz is able to get out of the way, but a series of unfortunate events happens and he gets knocked out the window. And all of the toys turn to Woody, and Woody's like, "It was an accident." And they all turn on Woody.
And RC tells him what he saw.
Yeah. Is Woody bad for this? Like, is it really his fault? This is an accident, right?
No, it's not.
It's a complete accident.
He tried to put him in between the things, so he still tried to get rid of him.
He didn't want him. He didn't want him to fall out the window. In fact, we know from the next scene when Woody gets when Buzz comes in, when they're at the gas station and Buzz comes back, he's so excited to see him. He's like, "Oh, Buzz, you're back!" Like he's not angry to see him.
Yeah, but
there was
like
no
he just
malice.
feels bad. I'm not saying
That's what I
malice.
say. It was an accident.
I'm just saying it's still his fault.
Yeah,
though.
but it's an accident. Like it's an accident.
He's still bad for it.
I don't know if he's bad for it. He's not good. I just think meh.
It's not good. He's just bad.
He feels guilty, clearly.
Yeah, he feels guilty.
Like he didn't want to.
You can murder somebody and still feel bad about it. Doesn't mean you're a good
He didn't want to
person.
murder Buzz, though.
I'm just saying.
But you can agree he didn't want to murder Buzz.
Well, you can. Yeah, you didn't want to murder, but that's what manslaughter is. You know, you can still feel bad about it.
Okay, fair enough. You're right on that. Yeah.
So
So
he's bad.
when they get to the gas station, Woody and Buzz fight, and ends up happening that Andy
Leaves
and
without both of
they
them.
leave without both of them, and Woody is panicking, and we get this idea that this is not time to panic, and Woody's like, "Yo, this is a perfect time to panic."
Yeah.
Perfect time to panic. Would their relationship have been different if Buzz realized he was a toy? Do you think there'd be a different relationship between Buzz and Woody?
Yeah, but I'm glad. I like the fact that he thought he was a toy. If he realized he was a toy, he probably would have been more full of himself. He's like, yeah, I'm the best toy in the round. Right?
I don't think he would have. I think they would have worked. I'm with you. I'm glad they didn't, but I think they would have worked together. I think that's where the jealousy comes from. Like he was so naive about it. He's like, oh, I don't even want this.
Yeah,
But
maybe.
like it's different when like you kind of see the other side, and that's what Woody sees later on in the movie, right? When he sees Buzz depressed.
Yeah.
So the two end up getting lucky. They find a delivery truck from Pizza Planet, and they get to Pizza Planet. They sneak in, and they see Annie, and they're about to be saved until Buzz wanders off to the Claw.
Yeah.
And where Buzz and Woody are won by Sid.
Yes.
Oh boy.
And one of the galactic guys. Oh. This dude here. I forget what they're called.
The Claw. So at Sid's, we see Sid, what kind of person he is. He steals his sister's doll, rips off the doll's head, puts on like a pterodactyl head.
No, I didn't do that. Me and my brother, we take solder things and burn holes in them.
That sounds very
Or
fun.
cut hands.
So Woody is clearly terrified. He wants out. he sees all of Sid's toys and freaks out, thinks they're like cannibals.
What did you?
Probably.
But they're just nice. What's your
Um,
favorite messed up toy? My favorite one is the one with the baby head.
Oh,
and-
100. That's the best one. That's the major one, right? As they're trying to escape, Buzz sees the commercial and kind of starts thinking he might actually be a toy.
Yeah.
And so he jumps out off like the top floor and he falls down. Can't
Yeah.
fly. He can't actually fly. He loses an arm and everything.
Uh-huh.
So he realizes that, he is in fact a toy. And Woody tries to, bring him home because he realizes the window is next door. So he gets to the window and calls his friends, and his friends are like, "Oh yeah, we're not helping you out." And he kind of pretends to have the arm, like we're
Yeah,
best friends
friends.
now. But at the end, it's like, "I'm not trying anything," and he shows the arm,
And
it's
they're like, "Oh, he killed him."
he killed him. So they don't help him. Then you find the toys, Sid's toys fix Buzz's arm, and Buzz is demoralized though, and Sid enters and he wraps a rocket around, but it's raining, so he can't actually send him
Yeah.
home. So Woody and Buzz are just sitting there. Woody's trapped in a basket, and he's trying to explain to Buzz that being a toy is so much better than being a space ranger because you bring joy to one person. And he gives this speech about how awesome Buzz is and how amazing it is to make a difference in Andy's life.
Yeah.
And he gets through to him, but it's just a little too late. And it's the next morning, and it's time to blow up Buzz Lightyear.
And move. Andy's moving at this time too.
So Woody asks Sid's toys for help, and they have this huge plan to scare Sid. And they do. I love this scene.
Yeah.
Like, this scene is great, where, like, Woody's just sitting in the middle, and Sid puts him on, like, the barbecue. We'll deal with it later. And then we
Yeah.
kind of see, like, the talking voice, like, it's like when you pull
Reach
the
for
thing.
the star.
And then it's like, I'm not pulling it. No, you're not pulling it. Like, he's, like, saying things that it couldn't be. And then the last second, he turns to him in his real face and gives him the comment that we'll know if you hurt toys again. And Sid freaks out as he sees all of his toys coming to him.
He runs away.
And he runs away. And his sister's like, "Do you want to play with my doll?" And he runs back into his room. How would you react if your toys actually did that?
If I seen that, I'd probably be traumatized.
I don't think I would ever play with a toy again.
Yeah, I'd be like, listen, there's a demon in my toys, and I think I'd probably go to church. I'd beg my mom to take me to church.
So Buzz and Woody leave, and they're able to make it just to that moving truck just before it pulls away. But Scud, Sid's dog, ends up catching Woody and trying to pull him off. Buzz does the sacrificial thing, jumps on Scud, and Woody opens up the truck door, goes into the back of toys, gets RC, throws him off so he can kind of go get Buzz, but all of his toys think he's doing it again.
Trying
He's
to
lost
kill
his mind.
people.
So they end up
part's
throwing
funny.
him overboard as well, and they attack Woody, throw him out, and only to realize that he was telling the truth. So
Yeah.
now you have RC, Buzz, and Woody all trying to catch the truck, but RC runs out of batteries.
Yeah.
So they light the match on the rocket, throw RC back in the truck. Woody and Buzz land in the car. And
All is right with the world.
did you like the last sequence?
I love it.
It's brilliant, right?
It was great.
And then they're flying. It's like, Buzz, you're flying, and Buzz finally, no, you're right. I'm falling with style. And you get Woody saying to infinity and beyond.
Yeah.
It's a good touching moment.
It's one of those classes. I think that's in like one of the Pixar. When Pixar opens up, it shows Buzz and Woody on Woody and Buzz under holding. So great scene.
It might be the most iconic Pixar scene in any of the movies.
That could be that, or maybe in Up the giant or is that a Disney? Where Up where they're
No,
just
it's
flying.
Pixar. But I mean, I don't know. I still think that the Woody and Buzz is more iconic. There's 3 movies, or now 4 movies of Woody and Buzz. They're the most iconic characters in the Pixar plethora of characters.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that's definitely it's debatable, but I think that's very iconic. And then in the end, it's Christmas Day. I guess 6 months later, we have all of these new toys, and the last toy is a dog.
Yeah.
And then
dog.
but remnants of
Sid's dog.
Sid's dogs. It's really cool though.
Yeah, but dogs are notorious for trying to
But Buzz and
destroy
Woody
your toys.
and as best friends. So that's good.
Yes, all is right with the world.
Did you like the ending?
Yeah, I like the whole movie.
I like the whole movie. It's a great movie. Did this movie make you feel bad about the toys that you didn't play with anymore?
Yeah.
Did it make you feel bad for any toys you tortured?
No. They deserved it. I had this one Dark Side toy that I just took the claw off and then I like on his chest I glued a giant red jewel and then I made this gang called the Red Jeweled Gang, and all the captains had deformities and had a red jewel glued onto their chest. It was awesome. I was a very weird kid growing up.
Not going to make any comments on that. So here's a question for you, because I like to look deep into probably overlook and overanalyze movies a little bit too much. And I think Disney movies are full, and Pixar movies are full of like really good themes. Could the relationship between Buzz and Woody be like a sibling relationship? Young siblings tend to, fight when they're younger, right? And you have this older one, Woody, feel like they will be replaced, and they're going to be replaced by the younger sibling to their parents. And the younger siblings tend to be naive and innocent and not even knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
But as they get older, siblings tend to become closer friends with each other.
Yeah. That's a good analogy. Is that the one you wanted to bring up at the end on the movie? Yeah, that's pretty good.
I feel like Woody's like an only child. Like he's the best. Like his parents, Andy, like
gets all the attention.
All the attention. Buzz comes in, starts taking over like the new thing.
Yeah.
Which leads Woody to have envy and jealousy of Buzz.
That's a good theme for the first one.
Isn't it though? Like I really watch, but again, I would never have thought of that as a young person. But now that's what watching the movie today. It's all I thought about.
That's interesting. I like that. I like that take. Look at you.
Thank you. Do you have anything else you want to talk about with this movie? Anything else?
No.
All right, I have last question before we do ratings. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for Toy Story 4?
I told you I'm not that excited.
So that's not not a number. I'm not excited is not an answer between 1 and
probably
10.
5.
That's fairly excited. That's like in the middle. You're
excited.
In the middle. I feel that's in the middle of it.
No, excited is like
on
a scale. It's like 8 or higher.
So, I'm an 8. Does that make me excited?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like 7 would be excited too, but I'm about an 8. I'm excited. I'm excited. I think it'll be good. I think the Toy Story movies each.
I don't think it's gonna be bad. I'm just not.
What's your favorite of the 3 Toy Story movies?
The third one.
I agree. What's your second favorite?
Probably the first one.
See, I like the second one better. I would go 3, 2, 1. I think that this franchise has gotten better with age, and I feel like. Do you trust Disney and Pixar?
Yeah, most of the time.
So why?
They probably get a good story. It's just
look at the Incredibles 2.
Yeah, I want it. I feel like I had closure with the Toy Story, so that's the problem I have.
But that's the thing. You had closure with Andy. Now we have a different character.
Yeah, it's still I felt closure with the characters, right? You can only go so far, add so much sequels until it gets bad. There's other movies that could probably get a sequel that I'd probably rather, or maybe a new concept.
You can get bored after a movie after a certain amount of sequels. Is 26 or is 20?
Those aren't sequels. Those are movies in the same.
Yeah, they're sequels. They build
Universe.
off each other. There's
Not
four
sequels.
There's 4 Avengers movies. They're sequels.
Yeah. Those ones got better.
Oh, they got better. Oh, it's funny how that works.
Yeah, but it's different because those ones didn't have closure. Toy Story 4 had closure.
Toy Story 3 had closure.
Toy Story 3, yes.
It did. I would argue the first Toy Story had closure too, though.
No, it didn't. We could do the second one.
You could do a fourth one.
No.
All right, we'll see. Apparently, Dave's saying like they have a lot of short movies with this character, and they're all pretty good, right, Dave? I'm getting a thumbs up from him back there.
Oh, okay.
Dave, how many are there? There are
5.
3, 4, 5. I don't know. He's giving numbers. He's doing 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe now. What are we going here? He's got 5. So there are 5 short films. They're all good that are leading up to this movie that I think I'm excited. I actually just talked myself into a 9. I'm a 9 out of 10 now.
Good job.
All right. Is there anything else you want to talk about this week before we end this off?
I think we're good.
All right, a couple things before we sign out. Xavier, thank you very much. You championed through this, cough, cold, and all.
I know. Sorry, guys.
Why are you sorry? I just said you championed through it.
No, I'm sorry for coughing so much and sneezing and everything.
Oh, it's okay. We forgive you. We're just glad
Thank
you
you.
did it because we don't
all
want you to be soft and not come. All right, so that's it for us this week. Next week, we are going to talk about Shaft. We're going to talk about Toy Story 4. We're going to talk about Child's Play. And it's the end of the month, so we are going to be doing trivia. Xavier will be coming up with some questions for me, which I'm excited to answer and be better than you?
Sure.
Question mark?
Sure, do it up.
All right. Well, guys, you guys have a wonderful week, and we will catch you next week.
See you later. Bye-bye.